even when he doesn't have the items, right? He's
work out in their favor.
Maybe that could be a testament to foresight to a certain degree, but I think that in these types of cases, Team Spirit, as of right now, have just as much of a chance to win as to Liquid Echo, right? They've scaled up, we're basically at max items, and it's all about who can execute better. And you can just hear the crowd just be like, oh, he almost got Hiko.
Virgin, back down to the Lord. Oh, that's so dirty. That's not fair.
So
Virgin, oh my God, you can't even, they didn't even get the invitation to that party.
Nobody gets an invitation to Loyi's party here. And look at the top side, right? You reacted, you get punished. Do you think this is a fun game to play anymore, right? Like, this is not a children's game. This is a chess match that Liquid Echo, right, currently is up by a lot of pieces.
Golly. It is the mind game of the century right here. Team Spirit doesn't know which way to go, and they're also forced to stay in this tight formation because if anyone gets caught slacking, Liquid Echo is going to pick them off. But here comes the Black Dragon. Moral takes a little bit of damage. Sanford misses the knockup on Asabo, but the base is getting connected on. Kid Bomba still defending. Lord finally goes down. Minion's still there. Benny QD able to find Kid Bomba. Marl able to get some nice damage on Benny. Benny, Immortality pops. Sawo gets the knockup. Looking for more, but he finally falls. Marl falls as well. Immortality's all over the place. Hiko unable to stand against them. Sanji, Benny get the kills, and Team Spirit will go down in game number 1.
GG, well played to TLPH. These guys are nasty, man. And honestly, I have to admit, I feel like the MVP to a certain degree is JP in this case, right? This man is giving shields the size of their health bar towards the later stages of the game. And that really hindered the plan of what Team Spirit wanted to do because they found great engages. Don't get me wrong, they had the damage for it, but those extra shields made all the difference for TLPH to control that game. With that being said, let's throw it over to our analyst panel. LaFell, take it away.
Great job, Gideon, as well as Strex, and now it's our turn, but let's talk about how close this was at the end of the game. Transitioning from 15 to 60 minutes around the Lord area, Team Spirit made it look shaky for TLPH.
I saw a good amount of the team secret that we all fell in love with at M5 towards the later half of this game, in the ultra late game. But yeah, you're right, LaFell. Early on, you'll see here, even at the 8-minute mark, they were putting up a fight, but it was clearly Liquid Echo throwing bodies.
I think the major problem is that the Natan just deals so much damage, especially against the Barats. Like, as a Barats, you can't run away. Like, you know, for me personally, I would not pick a Barats going up against a Natan. Like, it's not a fun time.
There were multiple reasons for the Barats to not have done its job, right? Not just the Nathan. Actually, even if you just ran into randomly Sanji or even Carl Tizzy, your big guy stats don't matter.
True.
You will just be shredded down. And the aforementioned problem that Wolf prefaced the draft with, this is a very Harry Potter lineup, right? But I would prefer Percy Jackson. But
okay.
I'm right. Yeah, that's.
No, you're right. You're right.
Magic,
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. But we gotta talk about that Loyi though.
Star Trek. Loyi was okay. Casters mentioned the silent worker in JP, right? The shields that allowed for Liquid Echo, TLPH to be this aggressive, but I think Sanji was the reason why JP was where he needed to be anyways. Like, he was always just around. The fact that they folded the map like a wormhole made JP's job to assist and to shield up everyone all the more easier.
I believe that this is also the comfort playstyle of Team Liquid Echo. That's why there are multiple layers about this Loyi pick coming out from Team Liquid Echo, which is The fact that they only got the strongest hero of the meta game right now, the Lu Yi, and the fact that this is Echo, they can play this high-octane kind of gameplay where they're just constantly trying to fight. All they have to do was to heal up and then get back to the fray, you know?
Let's look back at the game here because, again, we saw instances where, honestly, Kid Bomba on this Barats was the initiator, making it so that there's an opportunity for Team Spirit to do something about it. Yeah. But honestly, in this kind of case, maybe they should have banned out the Lu Yi because, again, the counter engages was too much.
I understand why they went for it. I think they're prepared for it now. They pick up the Navaria, which we kind of predicted, and then also the Cloud, which is definitely an answer. Roger on Marl actually looks very promising. Yeah. I think that maybe given enough time for Team Spirit, maybe they could have done a lot better in this particular game. But as we are stepping into the Land of Dawn, it looked like they really ran out of time.
Again, this feels amazing, but what else is amazing is our Sony MVP of the match here. We're going to look at our MVP, and I believe it's going to be Benny Cutie. And, dude, getting a one-shot, dude, that was scary, right?
Okay. Being Sunset Lover in this game was a little too much. He was trying to do the job of 2.5 heroes worth. He was doing vision.
Yeah.
He was dealing the damage that will allow for Hiko and Marl to clean up. Yeah. And I don't know. Again, compared to the Valentina, that is a CQC mage.
Yeah.
Novaria is just way off. She's not even a Farsa, dude.
Yeah, she's not even a Farsa. Funny story though, funny anecdote. When me and Balay were talking after the draft, he asked like, "Is Nathan still very strong?" I told him that it was very farm dependent, but it's still strong. He can still one-shot the likes of Lapu-Lapu with the Barons.
Yeah.
And you saw, his words were, okay, now I have a taste, in Tagalog of course, now I have a taste of what the Nathan can do in the late game. And Benny Cutie was 3-0-4, I think, at a certain point in the early game. That's difficult to deal with.
Yeah, right now we're looking at the highlights here. Looking at the highlights, and again, looking at how Benny Cutie has been playing, I want to highlight one thing. He was 2,000 gold ahead of his opponent. Let's think about this because Nathan is 3 items too, but his items is much more expensive. He completed his 3 items before the Claude could finish his 3 items. How impressive is that?
Very impressive for the uninitiated. For us, it's like another day at the office for Benny Cutie. The Team Liquid Echo PH lineup, as well as their overall playstyle, they're just really revolve around this data. You saw that one-shot potential.
Oof.
Yep.
If you apply that to even the likes of Lapu-Lapu with the Radiant Armor, I'm telling you, even with the Radiant Armor, because of Benny Cutie's adeptness, is that the thing?
Prowess,
mastery with this Nathan, he can land that combo very easily.
Here you go. This is what explains it. Mystery Shop.
Oh, the
no,
more expensive the item,
yeah.
Cheaper.
Exactly like 10%. Wait, is it 5%? 5% out of 1,000. It's not as big as 5% out of 3,000. So yeah, you're right. So with heroes that has very expensive builds, it's gonna be good. But speaking of which, this is why Benny Cutie is dangerous because the Natana is good. But say you ban 5 marksmen, Benny Cutie still has something up his shoes, man, because his Beatrix is still there. It's still an option.
There's very little you can do to Benny Cutie in the draft. I think one of the few times that Benny Cutie actually suffers a loss or teams can get the better of him and his team is when you when you invalidate what he does. I think that's one thing to do. When you block out Benny Cutie from getting anything done from the early to mid.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to consider he still has something up his sleeves.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Wolf. Can you try to explain this because he's got something special to show us.
Oh yeah.
How? Explain it to us. I want to see it work. Show us the illustrator.
Okay, so this is what I call the box. All right, the box. But some people call it the circle.
Yeah.
Because it's technically a circle actually.
Circle.
It's more of a circle. And then let me draw a circle around here. This is the circle of influence. Okay.
The COI.
The COI, Circle of Influence.
Circle of influence. Okay, well, I want to draw it like this. So
there you go. Basically,
this is where JP can play around with, and it's and he just tanks Kid Bomba's initiation while Kaltis is just doing his job, right? So JP will have the Purify available here, completely baiting the Barretts, right? So you can't do anything, and then you cannot go into the circle. Once somebody gets in the circle, automatically dead. Then the circle moves, right? Now the circle is around Sanford. If there's anyone that gets inside that circle once again, they're going to be taken out. And then you have the teleport afterwards. Again, you can see how deadly this circle control is coming out from Team Liquid PH, because every time that you get into their circle of influence, you automatically just die.
And that is a improvement, a development. That's cutting edge tech from what won them the M4 World Championships. It's that same strat. I think in M4, late 2022, early 2023, it was called the box because a hero named Eve was more a thing. But now with heroes like Lu Yi who work with circles, with heroes like Farsa that work with circles,
literally.
Now it's the COI.
Yeah, the circle of influence.
It's amazing how the game is always ever evolving, but the concept still roughly stays the same, which is an area of influence. And we got to look at the Filipino teams because you guys are very good at creating influence over a certain area. Now we got to move to game number 2 because Team Spirit going up against TLPH, Team Spirit needs to win this one because if they win, they still have a shot. If it's a 2-0 for TLPH, then Team Spirit will get eliminated.
And I think that locks in our knockouts.
Our groups, exactly.
From this group, yeah.
Group C.
I feel the pressure, man. Team Spirit, despite their name, right now lacks the drive. I think
maybe the spirit has been broken.
I hope not. That's what I'm saying. Is I feel the tension. I feel the pressure. And what was that term? That Russian word that describes their playstyle.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
It's wow.
It's on the tip of our
I want to be
tongues.
careful right here because I might Davai. It's called Davai.
It's
Because
Davai.
I might have said a bad thing, but yeah, they have
Gaming, yeah.
Davai Gaming. Yeah, that's right.
They weren't able to do that in game 1. Nay, they weren't able to do that across all of MSC just yet.
Yes.
And we want to see prime Team Spirit.
And I want to really back that up because that's literally what we saw in this particular game. There was one time where we see some semblance of that. And even Baloy, because we were watching the game together, he saw that, okay, that was amazing. They could have won. You even reacted to this, Rafael. There was a part of the game where they could have won it, but there were some mistakes afterwards. When they were able to get a kill off of Carl TZ as well as Sanford, they wanted to back out. There was another play coming out from the side of Team Liquid Echo that they did where Hiko could have survived had it been that Kid Bomba kind of guarded him from the it's like if Kid Bomba just sacrificed himself, Hiko would have lived and they could have prolonged the game, but that didn't happen.
Imagine if Kid Bomba had the Terzla early. Imagine the Terzla wasn't bad now. Imagine if it was one of the first 3 picks. Could have been a very different game because he did a lot on the Barats, but again, just imagine that Terzla though.
Yeah. That's one of the most Kid Bomba heroes actually.
Yeah, it is.
Terzla, maybe second only to the Lapu Lapu.
Yeah. And now we're going to the second game. Immediately, Team Spirit bans out that Lu Yi. Understanding the stakes now, because now it's all or nothing. Winning this one gives you a chance.
And when you think about it like that, there's a little voice, I would assume, in at least one of these players' minds is saying, it's just a chance, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
but that's what they need right now.
You need spirit.
Experience.
All of it, and they need to put the exclamation point in Davai.
Exactly.
There can't be a question mark. That's, I think, one of the moments that Wolf was explaining, describing to us. It was a question mark. They weren't so sure. So with that said, I'm gonna double down. Don't give Kid Bomba a reactive hero. Don't give him a hero that needs to set up with the Detna's Welcome,
Give him
get the
something with
stacks. I would, you know what? I would have preferred the Lapu Lapu.
Honestly, I'm with you. I'm with you. The Lapu Lapu does sound great. We got to move on with the draft here. Team Spirit bans out the Faramis, and now TLPH banning out the Moskov as well. Team Spirit, honestly, Marl on the Roger, I felt like he was fine. It's just that they didn't have a lot of opportunities to really engage into the fight, but I don't know. You gotta, like, in my head, Sanji on that Lu Yi just prevented Team Spirit from having that crucial engagement that they wanted.
It's still difficult. I feel that Lu Yi is still a pretty strong hero. That's as the Indonesians would call it, ente from Team Spirit to get that Louis.
Nice
Very
try.
Nice try. But this time they will be banning it out. Maybe they pick up the Roger again as their priority, as it is going to be open. But instead they snatch the box. Yeah.
This happened before.
Yep.
When Carl doesn't get the box, he's like, okay, you know what? Box, yeah, or no utility at all. I'm going damage.
The gloves are off, pal.
Gloves are off.
Okay. Again, a swift response by Coach CJ and Coach Tic Tac, the Roger and the Valentina.
Yes, sir.
Now, Team Spirit can actually pick up that Terizla, can pick up that Lapu Lapu.
Yep. Okay, I understand why they pick up the Minotaur. I feel that Sawo...
That was good. I don't mind. Yeah, that was good.
It's actually one of the better Minotaur performances that we've seen all throughout. The Claude is definitely their answer against the Roger. But then again, you kind of expose your complete lineup now. You see 3 confirmed heroes on specific roles.
Yes, Lufel.
What if turns the band out, right? And then they give the option to Lapu. But then Kibomba's like, what about the Benedetta though?
Oh, yeah.
What about the Benedetta?
Okay, here's the thing. The reason why I think they also picked up the Barats in Game 1 was they needed a little bit more of confirmed CC because Novaria does none.
Yeah.
That's
She has soft CC with the slows.
Yeah.
But they needed a little bit more of a confirm. Oh!
Edith is going to be the answer. Yeah. I think they're just this is just a shopping spree of Team Liquid Echo, just getting all of the best heroes in the meta game that we have right now. Edith is one of the top roamers for sure.
Exactly. I was thinking like, hey, maybe if some way somehow the Terizla, the Lapu Lapu, you know, even the Benedetta for some odd reason. What if you know Sanford picks it up here?
Exactly.
They could have picked up the Edith too. I don't mind that on Bomba.
Also, you have to be really concerned about some of the choices here for Mr. Carl. This is nearing the with just the Minotaurs was the backshot. Ling is actually a good pick because you don't have an actual answer, so you gotta have to ban it out. Nolan's actually manageable with the Minotaur if you think about it, as well as the Claude because you have some of those shields. But I understand why they went for it. Good ban on the Novaria as well. You can see the Team Liquid Echo, they're not concerned about the Farsa that can be picked up. They're baiting it out because they can utilize the Dragon or the Yu Zhong.
And they can steal the ult too.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, for Team Spirit, if they want more sustain, they have an option on the Ruby.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Like Ruby is still
Julian ban. Ling is available, but so is Alpha. Maybe Alpha can be a consideration here for Team Liquid. As they do like that versus the Baksha. They actually picked that up versus the Baksha.
I think the numbers are good on that.
Yep.
Their jungle matchup, I'll take them.
Yep. Bakito. All right. So they were forced it out. I think that, you know, this smells like Ling. This smells like Ling last pick.
They want to go fast. They want to go. Again, it's the same kind of lineup. It's low to the ground. It's only the Ling really you're waiting for.
Yeah.
Because Benecutie can take care of himself in the gold lane.
Yeah, Nana's great for Team Spirit. I wonder if they're considering that. Arlott is actually really good.
Better.
Go for Vexile. All right, so Team Spirit, let's go very natural, very front to back. And then Team Liquid PH, they're going to oblige with that. Let's go front to back. Let's just win it. The greater box wins.
Okay, how's about to answer that front to back? An X-Board, cut right through it.
I mean, casters, you see, this might be a front-to-back kind of composition. Fight fire with fire, fist on fist. And now we're passing it over to you guys because, again, this match is going to be insane.
Thanks to Fel Leo and as well as Wolf. I agree with Wolf's statement here. This entire game is whose box is going to be better.
Whose box is better? Whose box is bigger? I will say this, I think Team Liquid PH has a bit of a faster box here. You got the Paquito, you have some quick movements here. Valentina with the dashes, Roger as well. So just like we saw last time, we saw them attack from a lot of angles. I think Team Spirit needs to watch out for that.
I think worst yet, the EXP is going to be a very big driving force for both of these teams, right? Terry Bogard, Paquito has good peel overall. Arlott, a huge playmaker, especially for Kid Bomba, right? He loves these playmaking styles of heroes. We're going to go into a pause, see what the tech issue and sort it out as quick as possible. Luckily, we have our marshals on hand to ensure that competitive integrity is always at an all-time high. Now, coming back to this, right? As much as these boxes are bigger, better, and faster, when we look over to Team Team Spirit specifically, when they are approaching these fights, right? Especially since they're playing the Minotaur all over again, it's a very traditional style of, hey, we're going to be fighting for neutral objectives specifically.
You know, I think the neutral objectives specifically, one of the things that I'm worried, you mentioned EXP lane a little bit ago and how that's going to be a big driving force. We saw in last game, Team Liquid heavy focus onto Kid Bomba there. I mean, they were completely just giving him a hard time nonstop. So my thoughts are, I want to see Team Spirit either answer back or answer on the other side. Go for gold lane. Try to catch Benny Cutie off because Benny Cutie was able to scale. He comes out very strong in the mid game. So again, I think if they can give Hiko some room to shine or give Bomba some room to shine, but they have to maybe. They gave up neutral objectives last time. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if they're going to go for that again, they need to find something up in those off lanes.
Well, I think we need to look at the technical advantages, right, that Liquid Echo did to be able to force Team Spirit not to walk to these neutral objectives easily. And a lot of that just comes down to, does Kid Bomba have his flicker available? These battle spells are valuable, but it's also a huge tell. But let's jump into it. Tech difficulty's over. Team Spirit on the blue side up against Liquid Echo on the red.
So you mentioned the neutral objectives. Now we'll cover that. Like, who do we think has the better, at least in this early game? Do we think that Team Spirit, you know, having the level 4 Kid Bomba, having the big knockup from Sawo, having some of those possibilities with the Guardian, do we think they should do a little better, maybe first, second, third turtle?
I think Team Spirit most likely would do better on the second turtle. I mean, it kind of depends on the EXP laners here, right? Whether Kid Bomba is trunked out, like what's the state of the lane, does Sound for it not have his flicker? Whoa! I can pounce to try and take that away. Really looking for these river crabs.
And this time, Liquid Echo switching things up. They're still going to go up to top side, but this time gold lane is the top side, and they're pressuring on it, keeping Hiko down.
What?
Oh, a lot of damage on a Sunset Lover there. Already brought down. Gonna possibly have to go back to base here. Does he go to clear his wave first? You can see Liquid PH waiting for him to come out.
They're like, make the mistakes. Make the mistake.
Oh, they dash in, get the knock up, and down goes Sunset Lover. First blood over to Sanji. We called it.
Oh, you saw it, man. You saw it and you caught it. Oh, my goodness. Wait, they might actually get one back into Sanji, unless he's got flicker, though.
Tomorrow's going to chase Sanji, the disrespect.
Every year, he gets more and more disrespectful. Some may say it's puberty. Others may say he's just that good.
You just get cynical with age after a while, you know? You just get cynical with age. And Sanji on the Valentina, we know how scary it can be. We know how mechanically inclined he can be on this thing. But Hiko versus Benny, this is the 1v1 I've been won all year.
He's messing
Benny
with
taking
him.
a little bit of damage.
He's messing with him. That's actually really disrespectful. I don't know whether he still has the Lycan Pouncer or not, but I'm pretty sure he's holding it.
All right. Big Minoan's Fury gonna get the knockup. Does this buy Team Spirit some time? Kaltizi still able to get the turtle. Plus Marl. A 2-for-1. Make it a 3-for-1 deal. 2 here. Oh! 4-for-1 snack back, baby. You got a turtle and 3 Team Spirit menu on the menu. Team Liquid Echo looking good.
That just looked like appetizers. Like, honestly, looking at that match, the way Benny is playing, the way Sanji is playing as well, it looks like Liquid Echo, they can really let loose. They're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's comfy. And they're sitting at a comfy position in groups. And yeah, man, this is what they thrive off, right? They love the chaos. It's one of the things that, attracts a lot of people to Liquid Echo, is that they're just a team that's willing to kind of break the norm of the PH chill and get a little crazy sometimes.
Of course, of course. Some may even say that they're not a boring team to watch, right? I mean, they're exciting. They like to take these risks. They like to be able to push the envelope as much as they can. And that's why I'm a very big fan of them, right? They remind me very much of my own region, except they're way more consistent and their insurance policies are just through the roof. I don't know. They're getting premium on everything.
They give our crazy regions some hope of what we could aspire to be.
Oh!
Big hit. He going to bad spot, able to pop the blazing duet. Marl able to come in with his Hortus Poisons. Sawo gets a knockup. JP knocked up again and taken out. Sunset Lover puts a kill into his pocket, but out comes the last insanity. Sawo in trouble. Marl as well.
Oh my goodness.
Benny Cutie, Lycan Pounce finds the kill. Marl goes down to the knockout punch. Sunset Lover under the tower once again in between 2 walls. in between two monsters. Benny Cutie finds the kill.
Clean dive for the side of Liquid Echo, taking no casualties here. Minimal damage. I mean, unfortunately, it's JP's fault as always, so we don't really consider him part of the KDA. But for the most part of it, let's look at the replay one more time, because this, honestly, it looked pretty good from the side of Team Spirit. They got the initial pushback, but unfortunately, Sanji steals the correct ultimate to initiate this dive. And honestly, this is the funny part. Sanford's like, I'm gonna tank a couple of shots. And Benny QT said, how about you tank a couple more? Just for me.
Just for me. And that's, I mean, this is the same replay of last game. Team Spirit gets one, Liquid Echo gets two, man. Every time it feels like Team Spirit gets a great play, Liquid Echo outplays. Sabo now pushed back, Turtle brought down to about 70%. Kid Bomba look for the dashes through, gets tossed up, knocked up, down comes the Guardian. JP, oh, but the final slash misses. In the knockup from Sanji Sawo, his own skill used against him. Liquid Echo now on the Turtle, and Team Spirit got a hightail out.
No way. That could have been, that's just failure of execution, right? They had everything in place, it just didn't happen. And Team Spirit forced to take a step back, losing more tempo, and now Marl has to pay the price.
And now they're in their jungle. Kid Bomba getting invaded. Sabo comes in to help out, but Sanford, he did his job, man. He's gonna send Kid Bomba back to base before he even touches lane.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Bomba is trying to rush that Thunderbelt really quick here. And for Sanford, he doesn't mind. You can rush it all you want. I'm quite ahead in this game so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gold deficit, a level deficit across the map. Team Spirit back to the, back to the starting place of, we just got to wait this out and hope that we can make it to a point where we scale and can fight. Nice final slash coming from Kid Bomba, still under the tower though. Liquid PH doesn't care. They're going to take shots in the face just to get this kill. Kid Bomba trying to defend, doing everything he can, but in comes Marl. Maybe they can get something. Yes, Sanford goes down. Team Spirit finds something in the chaos.
Oh, finally a save, some saving grace, and maybe a way to come back into this game. JP, I mean, he's in some trouble here, but I think, does he have flicker? Oh, he does.
Gonna be okay. Gonna be okay. Gonna be okay.
Just give him some time. Wait, Marl
doesn't want to let him be okay. JP gets knocked up. Stop for the toss. Wait a second. A lot of damage. JP won't be able. Oh, no, not like this. JP and Sanford comes in. The response. Carl Teasy shows up. They're here for blood, and Marl goes down.
Oh my goodness. I literally, even this is, I was expecting Sanford to punch you in the throat, but it ended up being JP who took your breath away. What is this? You don't get to see JP flex that often, but man, that was a statement.
I felt that one. Made me cough up for a second. That punch came through the Land of Dawn, connected to me. Let's take a replay.
That was, I mean, what can I really say about that? JP, he knows that he's ahead. He's really messing with his team right now, Team Spirit.
God, how does JP do this, playing the distance? This is the limit pushing we were talking about at its finest. Even Benny.
Stop it! Show them some respect, Liquid Echo. Put respect on their name. I mean, I bet when they went back to their playrooms, they looked at each other and they were like, hey, how low can we go?
How low can we? Yeah, they're going for all-time low here, but that all-time low is looking good. It's a 9-2, 4,000 goal lead. Sanji looking for Sawo.
Oh,
walks into Hiko though. Does get immune, but IMU every time in the damage! On a Sunset Lover, Benny Cutie finds another Hiko with a blazing duet, looking for anything he can, but he can't get the outplay today. Sanji, Kid Bomba able to find and takes him out. Kid Bomba with a dash through, find a slash, but it's not enough. Can he? Benny, 3 for 1. Looking good right now.
Incredible game sense coming in from Liquid Echo. Like they don't have to see them. It's process of elimination. Let's look at the replay one more time, because the ambush almost looked good, but the turnaround from Sanji is just too much to handle, right? Carl Teasy is having the time of his life. He's pretty much unkillable to the entire squad of Team Spirit. But what's worse yet is the fact that no matter what happens, Benny QT finds these kills. And look, even Sanji is just like, what are we doing here, boys? We're having too good of a time.
I wish I had some sound for that. I was reading his lips a little there.
Yeah, I think he said, word bar for bar, I love you guys. Hope to see you next time.
I like it. I like it. Benny Cutie, he's ready to see Kid Bomba right here, right now, not next time. Sanford as well. The whole team here. Oh, the disrespect.
Stop it. Oh my goodness! They're already down! It's 3-12!
You know, Bomba's the type of player that gets in your head, but today, Liquid Echo is in Bomba's head. Sabo with a nice knock-up. Sanford, though, with a response, able to flick back. No kill for Team Spirit. Liquid Echo, here to play, here to stay. Kid Bomba down, Benny Cutie with another kill. He's 6-0-2 right now, Gideon.
Perfect game. So far, perfect game. They're trying to maintain it here. It's between Benny and Carl. Which one's going to have the tarnished KDA at the end of the game?
All right, Lord's up. Team Spirit won't be able to contest this. They're just too quick with it. Marl is keeping vision. Sanji, I love how he goes and takes the Cyclone just in case. Just for safe measures, the insurance packages.
I'm telling you,
premiums.
Dude, these premiums are too good, and they keep on getting profit after profit. They're like, oh, you broke our ankles. Oh no, if only I didn't get 100,000 off of it, and now we're going to take your arms at the same time.
Kidneys, livers. They're taking it all.
They're taking all their internal organs at this point. And we're looking for that killing blow from the side of Liquid Echo, right? When are they going to try and end this? And if it extends too long, will it end up like game number 1, going over like 20 minutes and Team Spirit finally scaling?
All right, Team Spirit just defending. Lord gonna be coming soon, like a movie near you. What do they do here?
Honestly, pray. At this point of time, they're not too far, right? I'm gonna do some math here. 7,000 behind. Team Spirit probably have to give up all their out-of-tier turrets, but the most important part is the 50-50 when it comes down to holding these inhibitors. Either way, it's a pretty big death sentence. If they lose 2 inhibitors, 1, it's okay. Maybe they can survive.
Kid Bomba, if he can get the final... I mean, that might work. Sanford gonna get knocked up. A bunch of combo. He can't move today. Hiko gets the kill. But now Team Liquid want revenge. Hiko able to just get away with a Blazing Duet. Final Insanity comes out, locked onto Marl. Marl gonna get knocked up. Can he escape? No. Godlike kill for Benny Cutie, and Lord is knocking at the door right now. Hiko's got to move up to shred this. Team Liquid, though, with one of their men down, they're gonna try to play this safe. Not overhaul, not over push. They got an inhibitor. They could walk away happy here.
I had to take a moment to see whether TLPH was actually going to do it, right? Who knows with these guys, right?
True.
We don't know how far deep these premiums actually go. But let's look at take a look at the items so far, and it looks like, ooh, okay. I think JP's getting a little greedy here with his build. We'll see whether he does complete it. But so far, Benny QT pretty much at the end of his build, right? He's still opting to go for some extra damage. I don't know if he wants to buy a situational item sooner rather than later. But look at how unkillable Carl TZ is.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going down at this point. And look at Benny, man, just waiting. He's doing the stutter step. Check in, wait for the play, decides to back off, but they still get a bunch here.
The man's orb walking, man. The man is literally moonwalking to a certain degree. He's got all the movement in the world, and I don't think Team Spirit can catch him unless he does the Sanford, walks on and gets hit by like everything.
Because there's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot, but Team Spirit needs to get more than just one, right? To really come. They can't just get one member. They need to get 2 members with that combo, and then they can really come out on top of a fight. And don't get me wrong, it is possible, but it is looking grim. The last game we saw them drag things out. Can they do it again?
I think it's definitely possible, right? Because Liquid Echo, they're a team that follows certain conditions to close out the game, and a lot of it revolves around the Lord. I mean, look at their draft, right? It's not like they can keep on sending JP and Sanford into this team fight composition that Team Spirit has.
And at what point does Team Spirit... Ooh, they might try to go for this. Marl looking for the in. He's trying to get in. Carl TZ still gets it, and now they're in a bad spot. Kid Bomba gonna try to get away here, but the last Insanity connects. Lycan Pounce connects. Kid Bomba goes down. Benny finds the kill, and here comes the big... No, oh, wait a second, the turnaround. Hiko shows up. This is big. Sawa looking for Sanford. Sanford falls. Hiko looking for more. Oh, TS. Gonna maybe back up, but Benny versus Hiko. And Hiko gets the kill. They're looking for another one. JP in trouble. Gonna back off. Hiko still invading, but he walks into a last Insanity, takes it to the face, and doesn't care. Carl TZ on the run. Team Spirit showing up, but they got a Lord coming to them. Team Spirit's got to go back.
Yep, let's look at that replay one more time. What exactly happened here? Because once this fight, I mean, this play coming in from Hiko, at the very least, it should have been a kill onto Carl TZ's side. But notice that they won that fight without the final slash from Kid Bomba. Kid Bomba ended up dying before it even happened. You can see that Benny is like, oh, Carl's got the perfect KDA now. My record.
My record. Spirit. Is it just Carl now? Yeah, he's unkillable, I feel like, this one. What has he got on his items? We got the Immortality, Brute Force, little Oracle there for flavor. I like it. What is going next?
Ice Queen's Wand.
Ice Queen's Wand?
Yep. Just to really stay on top of things and peel for his team. Well, even though Liquid Echo may have made this mistake, at least for Team Spirit, that was huge for them, right? Look at the gold lead. Now they're coming up to their 42K power spike, right? Liquid Echo still ahead of them by 4,000, but that's only to buy situational items for those who've already completed them, or more importantly, for the rest of the team who don't earn as much gold like JP, or even, well, it used to be Sanji, but I would say Sanford still needs a bit of catching up to do.
You know, and Team Spirit are now able to buy enough time. We saw it in the last fight. Sanji used the Minoan's Fury first with the IMU, and Sawo responds with it after, and that's when the fight turnarounds. And now that Team Spirit, they've got enough items, they've gotten enough items in that they can last 5 seconds in a fight, right? To where they can use their skill second and buy time to turn the tides.
Yeah, they do eat their vitamins to get that level of like tankiness, right? Kid Bamba has been stacking the Thunderbelt for a while, and now Carl TZ, he's taken the mantle. I have the perfect KDA, but I can also tank a lot of damage. Look at that, he's fine, he's fine. Even without the immortality, he's a nuisance unless Hiko says, hey, we need to go in now, but they don't know. Where's Benny QT? Wait a minute, where's Sanford?
Yeah, where's everyone? Like, I mean, even Sanji hiding down on the bot side now. The positioning from Team Spirit taking a much more, you know, they got a big box right now. It contains the map. Can Team Spirit find the hidden member, though, and catch somebody off? That's what they've been looking for. Carl TZ takes a bit of damage once again. Final slashed. Fragile armor still up. Does have the ult. Locks on a Sunset Lover. Sunset Lover taking a lot of damage. Here comes Benny looking for the cleanup. Basawo gets the knockup. No Minoan's Fury. But Hiko comes in with a Blazing Duet. A lot of damage on Carl TZ. Onto Benny. Benny immortality pops. Can he go away? Sanford! Sanford on the base. They're not going to be able to save it. Sanford with the sneaky back door. This is how Liquid Echo welcomes you to MSC.
Welcome to the top 0.1%. Not everybody gets to these heights. Not everybody can stay on their level. GG, well played, as we see the Cavalry cheering with joy for their team.
Let's be real, they're walking away like it's just another Saturday, man. It's just, I mean, even a backdoor play. I mean, we've known Echo to do things like that for so long, but I love the respect. We're gonna walk over. Kid Bamba smiles on his face as well. They're taking it well. But today, I think that is a wrap.
Yep, that is a wrap. We're gonna throw it over to our analysts to break it down for you. It's LaFell, Wolf, and Leo.
Start things off. It's a Friday, by the way. Just making it clear. It's a Friday, but dude, listen to our reactions at how that game ended. Not like this, man.
Not like this.
Not like this.
This is exactly what I would say at this juncture. Damn you, Sanji! Damn you! Right? The moment belonged to Team Spirit. That was their turnaround. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Sanford just comes in like, all right, I just punched the basin. Thanks.
Unbelievable. To think that Team Spirit is already gaining their spirits back. They're getting their vitamins, as the casters would say. They're getting it up. They're getting foggy. Oh, man. But Sanford just...
It's like
really wants to win.
It's like giving them the hope and then snatch it away.
Yeah.
Man. That was brutal.
That was brutal. That was definitely brutal. And I gotta say, like, you're gonna be seeing Team Spirit finally landing the shot. Sawa on this Minotaur now makes a lot of sense. He's really good at his timings. Even Hiko is outplaying the entirety of Team Liquid Echo. But then, they didn't know that that could happen.
Dude, it was
They're already cheering.
Yep. And again, the fights keep looking better and better and better. And maybe just to account for what's happening, why they're winning the fight, is because Liquid Echo was missing one member. They were missing Sanford. He was doing a sneaky.
Dude, I mean,
oh my word.
Now we gotta look at the vitamins here for all of the players. If you're looking at the vitamins, yes, the Claude is full build. That's why he does a lot of damage. So, dude, like, it's close. This one of the closer series, and Carl TZ, he dealt a lot of damage. Hiko, he farmed up the fastest, 788 gold per minute. Funny enough, Carl TZ has the most assists as well, and Marl took a lot of damage as that Boxia. But you know the insane thing is, as much as a lot of things happening in game, is the out of game shenanigans that I was interested in.
That's right. I think
Carl TZ was like,
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. Ang galing mo!
Yeah, which means you're good.
Yeah, you're really good. And then Sanjo's like, why would you say that, Carl? Come on.
Yeah, don't say that to our opponents. You should be cheering us.
Look at
There,
it.
see, there you go.
There you go.
Ang galing mo! He shouted over.
Oh, you could tell from his lips.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He says that a lot.
Yeah. Hey, Lavelle, careful about your back. Maybe Sanford's there.
Oh my God, sorry. My bad. But, dude, this,
See, you have to be attentive.
I'm sorry, you know, my bad,
When you're
but
playing up against Team Liquid Echo, you always have to watch your back.
Cavalry's everywhere.
Calvary is everywhere, folks, and you guys saw the game. TLPH 1-2-0, and because of that, they're advancing to the knockout stage, and unfortunately, because of that, Team Spirit has been knocked out.
That's right.
So now,
Very unfortunate.
dude,
Oh man,
Hiko was so close here. Hiko was already dealing the damage.
already critical
he has
mass for
enough.
him.
I feel for our friends, Destroyer, man.
Yeah.
He was shouting his lungs out.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It was close. You almost took a game off TLPH, and if you would have won, like, there's a chance. There's a chance to survive. So, again, honestly, GG's all around. Team Spirit played the best that they can, and TLPH, they found opportunities on the map. The team fights were getting a little bit more difficult, so they just backdoored it. So, shout outs to Sanford, man.
That's one way to put it. And again, the level of comfort that Liquid Echo was putting on showcase here, it's to the level wherein you're right. One of our favorite things to mention here on the analyst stand and even on desk is their limit pushing, right?
Yeah.
They're breaking the boundaries of what's possible with their lineup, with their play style. And here, they even switched it up. Usually it's Benny Cutie who's, breaking the base while everyone's busy. Now it's Swarty.
Yeah. Anyone who has legitimate damage to turrets is a threat.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because that's still a Paquito. You build a Paquito as damage now. It felt like a punching bag. It was a very slow backdoor play.
I mean, here's the thing.
Play nonetheless.
They're talking about Sanford, and because of that, we're going to check out our Sony MVP of the game. And I believe it's going to be Sanford, man, because not just, what happens in the fights, but outside of fight as well, he's making it work.
Here he is, coming up, the follow-through. This is one of those moments where I literally just whispered to myself, and maybe I whispered out loud, that's why Wolf heard me, and maybe you did too. They're so good at juggling turret aggro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your whisper needs work. Yeah, I feel like the Indo side heard it as well.
Good thing I'm a shoutcaster.
Whisper needs work. Okay.
Thanks, coach.
And one thing that you have to think about this composition from Team Liquid PH is that they're quite disciplined. I would say the first 10 minutes of the game, they're not making any other mistakes. They're taking it slowly. They're making sure that they invite Team Spirit again to their box and then punish them afterwards. So this is Sanford, the MVP. 3.7 KDA.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Very nice skill participation.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Doesn't matter as well.
But
Doesn't
the
matter.
nicest
Yeah.
is the creme de la creme moment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ignore the items, by the way. This is
Double. Well, no, you don't.
Oh, you don't ignore it?
Don't ignore it. Double win talker, dude.
This was key.
This was key.
This is the vitamins.
The vitamins.
This is the vitamins you need if you want to just
Vitamin win talker.
vitamin win talker, man. That's what you need.
Okay, so just to explain for everyone who might not be aware, Paquito has to punch every single minion and deal with the waves naturally. If you build Wind Talker on him, you get the physical damage
Yeah.
and the unique passive that allows for you to punch and send shockwaves magic through the waves, making it faster. That's what allowed for him to get that backdoor win in. There's some commitment involved there because he sold all his good items just to be able to get the 2 Wind Talkers.
Had it failed, it would be devastating.
He would be
You don't
stuck with just...
you don't want a double win talker, Paquito. But it was all calculated. He knew that all he needed was maybe a cannon and a couple of minions out there. Knew the damage output. It's like he was just treating the base as a punching bag.
He went all in. He went 3 minutes with the base, but
Yeah.
all it took was like 15 seconds.
Yeah, actually.
You know what? Some say that's all you need.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All he needed.
That's all you needed. Anyways, for you guys at home, let us know, how do we improve? How do we defeat the other people there, and there? We're the English side. We want to win. So make sure you guys tell us how to improve. And with that being said, do you guys miss Eterna? I miss Eterna.
kind of do.
I kind of do. So, you know what? I kind of want to hear what Eterna has to say. So, you know what? We're passing it over to our Aces ROG reporter.
Hi guys, it's Eterna here, and it looks like it's a 2-0 for Team Liquid Echo against Team Spirit. This does mean that the dreams for Team Spirit to make it to the knockouts have died down, unfortunately, here at MSC 2024. And you know what? We will be seeing who seeds into which slot for the knockout stage later on in our last match of the day. Will it be Team Liquid Echo at #1, or will it be Homeboys, who will have already secured that spot earlier on today? We're going to send it back over to the studio.
Thank you very much, Eterna. And yes, our ALG match is going to be very interesting because, again, it's going to be the fight to get the top 1 spot.
Yep.
After this, though, it is going to be Twisted Minds going up against Team Spirit. They lost 0-2, so we got to see how they pick it up. And for you guys as well, the STC predictions is still live. For you guys that voted for TLPH, you guys are amazing. You guys knew this was going to happen. So make sure you guys lock in your predictions for Twisted Minds going up against Team Spirit at stcplay.gg, because we want to know what you guys have to think. And with that being said, we're going for a short break. After this, it's going to be Twisted Minds against Team Spirit.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
لا تشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على اليد سود.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys are now about to watch the match between Twisted Minds going up against Team Spirit. My name is Afel. Alongside with me is our analyst Wolf as well as Leo. And now, you guys might have missed our winner interview. Well, you guys didn't miss it because we're going to show you guys what the winner interview is. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, it's Eterna here backstage with Carl Teasy, our very own GOAT, worldwide GOAT. He just did a 2-0 against Team Spirit earlier on. What do you think about Team Spirit? How do you think they performed?
I think they performed really good, but I think we were better. They're just playing tower defense, I think.
Oh, tower defense. What do you think went right with your team?
I think our communication is good and the execution of our plan is good.
Okay, so you don't think their execution of their plan was good?
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, you are going to be meeting Homeboys in match number 4. That will also show us your seedings. What do you think about Homeboys, and do you think you can pick up that first place in your group?
I think they are a really good team, but I think we're better.
Okay. What makes them good?
I think Sorn is playing really good right now.
What makes you better?
All of us world champion.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send it back to the studio. Thank you so much, Carl TZ.
So it looks like Carl Teasy's mantra is like, oh yeah, our opponents are good. We're just better, you know? We're just built different.
He speaks the truth. I mean, when he ends the interview with, we're all world champions, what do you say?
What do you say? How do you answer that?
Well, I mean, yeah.
No matter what you say after, Carl TZ can go, yeah, but I did it twice.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's no coming back for that.
The only player that can actually say otherwise is maybe few.
Yeah, no, but Carl TZ did it first.
Yeah, few people can see that.
Yeah, but he's gonna say yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Happy birthday, Flap, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday, Flap. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Flap.
Happy birthday, Flap.
Yes, sir.
Now going back to this discussion, Twisted Minds going up against Team Spirit. Now, again, this is one of those showcases where you just have to prove yourself on the world stage, right? Because at this point, you got nothing to lose. So might as well, if there's any hidden stress, which, as Wolf said, it's not worth hiding your stress at this point, but this is the point where you go full loco. Like anything crazy, just bring it out.
Yeah, I wonder what Mr. Vren. We saw Vren with
We see Vren almost every day.
Almost every day, yeah, actually. Let's see what he has got on the table this time. Maybe another assassin, maybe a Hayabusa, maybe a Khalid Rome.
What about Hanzo? Too crazy? Too crazy?
That's the other ECA team. Brute Force plays Hanzo in the jungle, but yeah, I don't know about Marl pulling that out.
Well, either way, this is going to be quite a match because, again, now we're looking at both teams that have nothing to lose. So when it comes to the draft, it could go either way. It could go crazy. It could go very safe. But again, this is going to be an amazing match before going to our ALJ match of the day, which is going to be TLPH, Team Liquid Philippines, going up against Homeboys coming in from Malaysia. But before we start our amazing match, we got to send it over straight to the studio where Mara Aquino as well as Dawood Sandstorm, they gotta prep this for us because, again, this is going to be an insane match where both teams have something to prove. Team Spirit has to show that they are still strong, as well as Twisted Mind. I'm pretty sure they have a lot to show when it comes to their gameplay. And with that being said, we're sending it over straight to the studio. Stage.
Hopefully with a bang.
And the Hometown Heroes may have fallen short this time, but let's welcome them back to the Amazon Arena here at MSC 2024 live, coming to you from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Twisted Minds.
MENA has a growing MLBB scene, so with Twisted Minds coming in here for MSC 2024 is huge for the region.
It really is, and we're talking about a lineup that is stacked with talented players, and still being able to represent your region on this international stage is quite an achievement for them and for the organization.
Now going up against them are the delegates of EECA, introducing Team Spirit.
The same can be said for both EECA region and the MENA region. They are both emerging regions when we're talking about MLBB. But I cannot wait to see what both these teams are going to be able to do in their last game of Group C.
Now, Team Spirit is considered to be an experienced team, but it's still a young team, lots of room for improvements. And I know for sure in this matchup, they're out to seek redemption.
Of course. Now, regardless of the standings, both teams are going to be focusing on one thing, making sure that they end their run in MSC with a bang. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who's going to be able to come out on top between these two teams.
How about we get it going? So we'll go back to the studio to our panel. It's all yours.
Thank you very much. You want to know how it's going? Well, we're going because actually, you know what? I'm going to bring it back because the very first thing that I got to talk about with my analysts, because we're friends.
We're sano.
We're sano. We have worked together for quite a while. So I feel like we need to ask this question because this might be something that the audience wants to know as well. What's the difference between Team Spirit now and when they were in M5? What's the big difference?
I'll tell you what I think the difference is there's a difference in the format.
Oh, that's true.
M5 format allowed for then Deus Vult, now Team Spirit, to actually get used to how far they can take the Davai gaming situation.
Right.
Here, the people will think that the knockout stage single elimination brackets are brutal. I dare say the group's BO2 is worse.
I agree because back then it was a best of 3 and there were so many comebacks. Even the best of 5 series wins that then Daewoo were able to get were also comebacks. Right? It was almost goes the distance. So I agree with you, Leo. I think the 2-game or best of 2 is it's brutal for Team Spirit, aka Daewoo. At the same time, they also had to acclimate with their new players, Marl as well as Hiko. Although I would say that this that them being part of Team Spirit actually, you know, there's a lot of potential in there. It kind of felt like they didn't have enough time to get into a situation where they can win. But because if you pit them up against Homeboys, for example, as well as Team Liquid, those guys knew each other so much already, you know?
So TLDR, they are a team that needs time to ramp up. Needs time.
They need vitamins, bro.
They need vitamins, but it looks like you're right. Both of you are correct. This format challenges you to get where you need to be very fast. Speaking of which, now we're jumping into the draft. Team Spirit is going to be first pick blue side. Twisted Minds is going to be second pick on the red side. And this time, Mara was playing.
Oh, yeah. They switched up troll.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Franco incoming.
Franco coming.
And Kufra Man.
Kufra Man.
That's right. I wonder if that will be the case, and I'm excited if that will eventually happen. But this time, pretty standard bans. I think Roger should be the first pick here for Team Spirit. Harith as well is available, so it's just a coin flip now. It's going to be Harith. So what? This is Roger Valentina.
I think Roger Valentina sounds solid.
If I know anything from Team Spirit, they might want to lock in the Minotaurs.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's true.
So it might be Valentina Minotaur or Roger Minotaur.
Yep.
I mean, how crazy it is to have Harith goal in, Roger jungle. Actually, no, that sounds so good. That sounds
really
so good. Yeah.
Oh, Arlott.
Oh, hey, that's a flex though. I'm pretty sure Sawo can still play a mean Arlott roam.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, this is mine.
This is
oh.
Yeah. So Sawo will pick up Minotaur.
They still got it right.
Still got it.
I got confused. On screen, they are on the right side.
It happens, man. It happens. But now, yeah, Minotaur, as you guys call it, as well as the Valentina. Looks like Team Spirit got what they wanted.
I was right, then I was wrong, then I was right.
Exactly. You're
right.
Yeah. Two wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left.
You know what? You know what? Let's move on.
True.
Vexana picked up
Geometry.
What do you guys think about the first 3 hero picks coming in from Team Spirit as well as Twisted Minds?
Okay, so this is a lot of comfort for the side of Team Spirit. Valentina is a great pick in a way that it kind of shuts down the potential Minotaur Valentina trade that will happen, and then of course, picking up the Valentina this time means that they have the Arlott ultimate, which also is backed up by Vexana. So I think Team Spirit, they have a very comfortable draft. Twisted Minds might just reveal their... I mean, come on, Maro. You're playing Franco. Come on.
Actually, I'm okay with the Kufra going up against Valentina.
That's also true.
Oh, but they should have Fredrin first.
So Fredrin, Arlott, Roger.
They have to commit to the flex.
Yep.
They don't have to reveal where the Arlott's going until the very last minute.
Okay, so Alpha is great for Team Spirit if they like that hero, but knowing that Marl is playing, so they might go for Assassin here.
Link is still open, right?
Yes.
Oh, they banned Link.
Link was banned?
Yeah, they did. So they can go Julia. Oh, there it is. Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty standard. Terizla. Close it out with a very standard pickup. There it is.
The Rizzler.
Rizzler
coming out.
So this could be Franco or Kufra for Twisted Minds. I believe
What if he goes crazy and picks up a Cho?
Cho is great.
Maro plays Cho.
Edith is open as well. So that could be another standard pickup. Edith Vex is such a great pickup. Esmeralda looks good for Twisted Minds. I wonder if they pick it up.
is going EXP, huh?
Yeah.
Again, the fact that they're keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
That just shows Mike Sama and Coach Lyric doing work.
If I were to bet, this is probably Franco.
Let's see here.
That's Paquito now.
It's Paquito, so it looks like it's going to be Arlen. You know what? With that being said, the drafts have lined up. Twisted Minds have picked their heroes. Team Spirit has picked their heroes. And I choose to throw it over to our casters.
Thank you guys so much, LaFell, Leo, Wolf. Friends for a long time, and now we're here from the desk. It's me and Mirko. It's Nisu and Mirko to bring you the action for match number 3 and match number 4 to round out day 3 here, MSC at EWC, of course. We know already what's on the line and what's happened for both these teams, but man, why not just go out in style and prove to the world that you have what it takes still, you know, to make a statement here, Mirko.
They've got nothing to lose, so might as well go all out. And the fact that they've actually decided to go for Maro is an interesting choice here, Nisu.
Definitely is. We'll see how that ends up changing the maybe play style. I know we've seen Maro for so long, but as we jump into the land of Dawn here for this game at number 1, once again, nothing to lose for either of these teams. So how do they adjust to this? How do they go about this game? We already talked about the dynamic that could change. You know, of course, now that they brought out Maro for this lineup for Twisted Minds, and over on the other side, Team Spirit, man, after a rough series, I'd say, from what we saw with Team Liquid, adjustment-wise, you know, they might as well just bring back what some of the basics were that they had before. We're going to take a short break here, of course, while they get things situated. Looks like it could be Maro, the one that has to get things fixed out here. But man, still, I would say definitely with these lineups, some changes, of course, going on, but the team compositions, I love to see it. I know, you know, some people might not feel so well about the alpha right now from what we've seen, but I'm glad to see the lineup that we get to see brought out from Team Spirit this time around. I think they should be able to make this work.
It feels like definitely for Team Spirit, the fact that they haven't been able to utilize a lot of the assassins in the jungle, it's kind of been a nerf towards Team Spirit, right? Why they were able to find so much success as well back in M5 when they were called Theo's Fault was because they were able to utilize the utility jungle so well, play it disciplinedly and play with the macro. Now that it's a bit more skirmish heavy, now that it does, you know, kind of give you a massive advantage, if you can play the assassins, it's a big disadvantage for the side of Team Spirit because they're the ones always having to ban these assassins out in the drafting phase. And technically, they're always put in a very uncomfortable spot, you know, up against these damage dealers, super crazy damage output from Team Liquid Echo earlier as well, up against Team Spirit. And it just feels like the super fast-paced gameplay, it doesn't feel that, you know, effective for Team Spirit at least.
Do you think it's partly due to the fact here, Mirko, that, I mean, some teams maybe just haven't adjusted as quick as they wanted to? You know, I mean, like, you had plenty of time, really, I feel like, going into MSC, but we're still seeing some teams opt for these utility picks and stay for that, you know, and I guess the biggest change is when we talked about this earlier, like some of the teams that, if they don't bring out the assassins, they then bring out, like, Alpha, you know, or some of these other heroes that are bring that, it's like a little bit of aggression, but then still they kind of fall off later portion of the game. And so I think the teams that we're seeing rewarded the most, man, are the ones that have that, I don't know, risk reward factor where they go for these assassin picks, you know, for the most part. Now on the other side too, you have to look, because the Fredrin is locked in here, and it's a Fredrin versus an Alpha with a Warcry emblem, mind you. You know, it should be the Alpha for Maro that does have the upper hand for some of this.
I think now, though, you can definitely see for Team Spirit at least, they're trying to make that adjustment happen, right? They're already going for a more damage output, team fight, kind of skirmish, high-paced gameplay now with their composition, with Hiko getting on I would say, this is the first time we've seen Hiko on a winning matchup, on a hero that wants to go for the snowball and the fights early on. And also for Marl, we were talking about, you know, if Marl isn't really comfortable on the Assassins, maybe another damage output hero that could fit his style would be the Alpha. And he does pick up the Alpha now. So I would say it's still within his comfort zone. Also for Bomba, this was the hero that he was able to pop off on back in M5. Sanji going to be zoned away from this minion wave.
Okay, so he's zoned out. You know, at this point, like we said, usually, hold on, Sanji?
A lot of damage placed down. Sanji gonna be forced back very, very low. Super crazy plays in the bottom lane.
Yeah, already aggressive, you know, very aggressive, but that's kind of what we expect, where things are kind of falling into place, especially early on in the meta right now. With the first turtle being up here, both junglers having that level 4 build. Cuffin also has it, but now they got that little XP they needed.
Good blast. Over with the taunt as well. Maro getting a few vengeance. Reset. Sawa walking up again, posturing up, trying to zone Hoda away from this turtle, and he will be able to do so, baiting out the Eternal Guard. And now the penalty zone right into the Minute Fury and the Flicker to knock Maro off. First blood over to Kid Bomba as Maro will fall as well. Bomba just recalling in his face as he picks that double kill up.
Yeah, Kid Bomba's going to go ahead and do that. I mean, at least, you know, he's feeling a little bit better in this game to start with. We're going to take a look at the replay brought to us by STC. You see a great penalty zone again into the Minoan Fury. Really good layering of these ultimates being utilized. And then, like we said, Revenge Strike able to get that revenge for Kid Bomba. Picks up the double already. So when we're talking about the lane matchups, man, XP Lane having the 2 kills over the Paquito might be enough to go ahead and keep the Paquito contained, I'd say.
For sure. I think at this point as well, Team Spirit, they're going to be able to find so much more room around the map. The fact that they got the prio in the XP so early on up against a Paquito, Sanji, he should be able to actually get that prio when it comes to just wave clear in the lane. But the fact that, you know, obviously Kid Bomba got it first, he was able to rotate quicker. Maro wasn't able to get level 4 because obviously then for Cuffin, he was kind of forced to stay in the mid lane to hold off a lot of the pressure that was coming from the rest of Team Spirit.
You know, I guess one of the things that I've been seeing since watching Team Spirit really play here is part of the playstyle that's changed from them. I know the guys on the panel saying, oh, hold on, Retri already used. Sanji should be fine.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the flicker, but he has those dashes.
Okay, so going back to it, you know, they talked about this on the analyst desk here for a bit. And the playstyle difference that we're seeing from Team Spirit, I think I agree. You know, it's been time that they don't have the time to adjust throughout these group stages. They are very brutal, if I'd say. And with that, I think when you look at the playstyle that they're bringing to this game number 1 already in the series, it's an adjustment that they made just from today alone. It's too bad, you know, that they aren't going to get to go on forward because Twisted Mind and Team Spirit, the way that they play in this game is already really resembling of how they've learned throughout the group stage.
And now they're on the second turtle again, trying to push the pace here. Sunset Lever dishing a lot of damage. Maro now with the flicker forward with the final stock, brings Sawo down, but Kid Bomba is able to displace them with the penalty zone. Maro jumps in with the vengeance as well as Sanji comes over to knockout strike and a few dashes. Kid Bomba displaced into the curse blast as two-man stun connect with a taunt as well. Now with the vengeance, but a minute Fury goes in. The Appraiser's Wrath still dealing damage. Kid Bomba is able to sustain with the War Axe that he bought earlier. It's still a 1-for-1 trade. Both roamers taken down.
And that's the body of Smith or the body of Kid Bomba because he did not go down at all. And now Hiko's going to fire back against Sano.
He dashed out of his own Zaman Force, so he'll be forced back there by Sano. Good read by Sano to actually get off that angle. Again, Hoda trying his best to enter that turtle pit to go for a cheeky little steal. But Maro's a bit too consistent with that retreat. Now with this Spear of Alpha, zoning him down, melting the HP bar. The Appraiser's Wrath still comes down, but it's not enough to get him extra HP. Sunset Lover, what happened in the mid lane? He got knocked up and sliced up.
Yeah, he got taken out, but you know, this is really the struggle of Fredrin right now, where he's sitting in this place. He's having such a difficult time in the current metagame, which is weird because he was on top for so long. And even for Hoda here, you know, you're thinking concussive blast, that works great. You're trying to keep up with the alpha in the jungle, but you know, back when we used to see the Fredrin roll with the Brave Smite, sometimes that Appraiser's Wrath might have given enough health to extend the fight, and then maybe Sanji could have helped him. But so far, Fredrin, man, has been struggling to find a footing in the current pace of things. Meanwhile, on the other side, you know, Marl hasn't gotten any kills, but he's fine because he's put enough pressure in getting these objectives for Team Spirit.
Okay, Bomba walking up now. Between the hammer, goes for the penalty zone, gets canceled out with final slash 2, but now gets the motivation roar, and Maro will be forced out away. Gets zoned in by the penalty zone, isolated from the team, and now Kid Bomba 5-0. That's a big Bomba.
That's a big Bomba. He does not go down. Right now, no matter how many times Twisted Minds has tried, they just cannot solve this puzzle. Mid lane, though.
Stolen final slash to get Cuffin away to taunt now to peel away for Cuffin in the mid lane. They're able to get Cuffin to a safe spot. Meanwhile, up top, Monforce popped in. Hiko trying to go for the outplay. Asano goes for the Lycan form and now gets caught. But will be able to dodge away from the Synchro Fission. Sunset Lover and Marl. They smell blood in the water. Sano, he's going to have to recall a bit further back there on the tier 2. Good Spear of Alpha to threaten the kill. And Sano almost chose to recall in the wrong spot.
I was going to say, he was cutting it close. So far, yeah, Miracle, man, there's been fight after fight, and I feel like this is becoming more of the norm, you know? There's every single lane has something happening, and really you don't have that slow build-up right now, because at least with these two teams here fighting for this turtle is not gonna happen, because Team Spirit has controlled most of it. Mid lane again.
Maro has the flicker, goes for the final slash. It's gonna be sidestep. Maro goes for the vengeance. Flickers out as the Eternal Guard comes down. Sunset Lover steals away to Lycan form. Try to go for the last hit there as Sanji just keeps on cutting the waves in the bottom lane. Is going to be recalling Sawo. What a read! Straight with a flicker into the Zaman Force, into the Synchro Fission. Say goodbye to Sanji. He gets punished for cutting the wave.
This is a very different Team Spirit, at least we're seeing in the series. Kid Bomba, like we said, so difficult to kill here. Even with multiple members, he's able to just take it on. Sunset Lover, though, will take the final slash.
Spear of Alpha. Now, Maro losing all of his HP straight into Maro's final slash of that spear. My goodness.
Marl finds Maro.
Maro finds Maro. Marl finds Maro.
You know, and with that Team Spirit, they will go ahead and get that turret down in the mid lane. This is perfect timing for them, by the way, because this will lead into that first Lord about a minute away from this. You know, with this kind of lead, too, that they've got themselves, you know, 6,000, almost 7,000 gold ahead. Just look at the difference here, of course, between Kid Bomba and Sanji.
Who you got?
I got to go with the Bomba, man.
You got to go with the Bomba? I thought Sanji was, you know, your guy, you know, because he's in Liquid. It's Twisted Minds Sanji. Okay.
That's the other Sanji. He's got the 2 eyes.
He's got the 2 eyes, you know? Sanji?
Sanji. I think that's how we can go with that, you know? Definitely. But hey, to be honest, Sanji is a big point in turning this thing around, I feel like, because Paquito so far, we saw the playmaking potential we saw from the last series, you know, against Team Spirit on what could happen there. So Sanji, this time around, although it is a different part of the Sand duo, he could be a crucial part in winning some of these fights. But look at, I think the biggest thing now that the War Axe is picked up by Kid Bomba, this makes it even more difficult to kill this kind of unkillable Rizzler right now, this Terizla, man.
He's all up in your face. Now he can't even be killed. He can sustain back up just with a few swings. He already had the Brave Smite.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Marl's just going to get rid of this Lord. That's Team Spirit with the first Lord taken away with no problems whatsoever. But Twisted Minds do find a trade on the other side of the map. Sanji again pushing it in, but this time he's learned his mistake. You know, maybe don't stay too long around the mirror play there with the cross map play. So he recalls away. But taking a look at the in-game equipment, it's the Hunter Strike and the Sea Halberd. So still a lot of respect to the sustain that Team Spirit have, but not a lot of respect to the damage that Team Spirit have, right? Because he only has a Steel Leg Plates and a Warrior Boots. I don't think it's going to be enough for Sanji, especially considering he wants to be up in the faces of Team Spirit.
Yeah, and with this, you're seeing this happen time and time again. Team Spirit going to go ahead and take the resources now from Twisted Minds. They still have Lord going up top too. I don't know, man. Do you think Twisted Minds actually has enough to go ahead and defend through the first push even, despite the gap they're feeling in the items?
I think it really depends if they can make a big play happen. If Maro can display some of the core members, maybe Hiko, Sunset Lover, then yeah. But even then, right? Kid Bomba can just go in with a penalty zone. Spear of Alpha as well, and that's exactly what I was talking about. If you get picked up before the siege even happens. Now it's 4v5. Only one ultimate used up. The Holy Defense can be used up. Maro gets a big final slash into the Eternal Guard, but now it's going to be Sawo, tries to go for the re-engage as well into the back line. With him in his Fury, he has a penalty zone right to the Spear of Alpha, connects to the back. Maro decimating Twisted Minds. but Sano and Hoda will still be able to escape as Team Spirit walk out of the base.
And at this point, Twisted Minds they have to pay attention to so many things being thrown at them from Team Spirit, whether it's the Spear of Alpha, whether it's Kim Bomba with the penalty zone, and not even mentioning Salo with Minoan Fury. There's so many forced entry points. Zaman Force already used to take down that base turret top side from Twisted Minds. They find themselves down at 1 turret. They're still in the game though, but it's really slipping out of hand. 10,000 gold behind. Just looking at the items, how far they are in terms of just defensive items even that they need to kind of withstand that forced entry coming out from Team Spirit. And right now, the battle for just the buff alone, they cannot even enter that zone. So really, you know, when you're thinking about this, Maro, is he the only guy that can actually start these fights up for Twisted Minds with a final slash?
I don't know. At this point, it really comes down to that final slash. I don't really see any way they could go for another form of initiation, right? It's really all down to Maro. And even then, like we saw earlier, you get a final slash. That's cool and all. And then the Minotaur walks up, flickers forward. There's a penalty zone as well to stop you from really collapsing on all the members that get caught by the final slash. It was really only the Eternal Guard that was able to combo in together with the final slash to taunt them and to, you know, try to find any sort of value with that kind of pick. It's just so tough at this point, even for Twisted Minds to walk out of their own base. Feels like they're getting suffocated now slowly but surely by Team Spirit as they freeze up the waves, now deciding to shove it in as Maro gets chunked for even entering his own purple buff. Say goodbye to the Lord. Team Spirit taking it away in the 12th minute of the game. That's an enhanced one.
Yeah, this is enhanced, and this is once again Twisted Minds on the defense, backs against the wall. They had a couple key item pickups too. That was also a Malefic Lore for Sanji. But I think even then, the question is still there. Even if they get a setup, Sano now picking that up as well, do they have enough to withstand that initial burst and crowd control already? Look at this. Look at Hiko. He's completely online. Divine Glaive, Holy Crystal. That's enough to just make Twisted Minds worry about it themselves, how they deal with Hiko, how they get through all of this. But they still have a little more time to farm up what they can, and really, you know, goes back to the question, man. Roger in the gold lane has been difficult. I feel like, I'm not sure specifically the win rate, but we saw this all through the wildcards into here in the group stage. And now they have to defend.
Stolen final slash. The final slash connects on a tool. There, now with Menace Fury flickering forward, finding 5, but there's no follow-up from the rest of the team. That was displaced earlier by Maro on the final slash flicker. Still for Team Spirit, unable to clear the waves properly to actually manipulate it to crash in together. So it'll come in one by one. Great defense by Twisted Minds. Maro, again, trying to go for the final slash. Finds it on Kid Bomba. Displaces it right into the Eternal Guard and the Curse Blast. But it only baits Maro in with the Vengeance into the Zaman Force. And Hiko gets rid of him. Now another wave in the bottom lane. Still going to be worked down upon Sanji. Tries to go for the knockout strike. And Eternal Guard comes down towards Hiko. Gets the wave cleared out, and Twisted Minds, they live to see another day.
Okay, Twisted Minds actually did a great job there, defending with that whole situation, and then also being down nearly 10,000 gold. I gotta say, successful defense from the Twisted Minds. And with that, they buy themselves more time. And all that really means for them is that they can go ahead, farm up. They need these defensive items. They really need to be allowed to play into what Team Spirit's throwing at them. And so far, as they buy themselves some more minutes, you're going to see here items falling into place. Oracle's also there. Yeah, there's a whole lot of magic resist available because also playing against the Eternal Guard, they're going to shove Hoda out. Still looking for the buff if he can get it, but it's not going to grab it at all.
Look at that.
A ton of shield, man.
The shield. Oh,
Maro. Okay, he's out.
Shh, you don't know.
He got out.
No, he got out, you know. Hiko didn't realize. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make them confused there, you know. But at this point, yeah, for Twisted Minds, it's really all about scaling up. But even then, I don't know, if they go to the late game, it doesn't feel like they have any crazy hyper carries in the late game either, you know?
If this wasn't Roger, then maybe. Like, maybe if this was like a Claude or a Natan.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a big play-making potential. The problem with the Roger in the gold lane is, like, even late game, if you get there and you entry into this lineup that Team Spirit has, there's a high tendency that you just get knocked up and stopped.
Yeah, I have to agree there. You know, there's not really much Sano can do in these skirmishes in the dive. He's really going to have to wait for the rest of the team to actually bait out some of the resources. And Sanji up top Like informed, stolen by Sunset Lever. Now it's that's going to be Sao walking up. Hoda is going to be deleted. Maro gets a 3-man final slash in the back line. Get caught by the penalty zone. Bomba is just making things work in the back all alone. Doesn't matter. He's the man. He's the Bomba. He's the kid.
He hasn't died, you know, and he's been a huge part of this game number 1 already. As he goes ahead, takes a bunch of shots, he's just going to heal that back up again with a Brave Smite and that War Axe. And it looks like Team Spirit might be looking to march this one in.
Sanji and now caught out by the Spear of Alpha. Team Spirit will walk them down straight in the base. Hiko picks up an unstoppable as they secure game number 1.
Game number 1 taken for Team Spirit. Smelling like some Team Spirit here in this best of 2. Again, nothing to lose here for them. They might as well just play their best still. As you're seeing it, Kid Bomba. A lot to say here, of course. Again, with that matchup, Terizla on point, 0 deaths. And he started off, man, with that double kill he got early on, really just proving the point that, you know, if he does get his hands on some of these signature heroes, gets to play the game, he's going to be a pivotal point for the team. So let's go ahead and have this broken down further by the gentleman on the stand.
Thank you very much, Naisu, as well as Mirko. Break it, we shall. Few things that we have to talk about. Number 1, like Naisu said, it looks like Team Spirit for this one, they've gotten a little bit more comfortable compared to the other matches. And one of the bigger things is that this time they got the Terizla.
And again, I think this just fits our whole thesis statement prior to the game starting. Team Spirit, these dudes, they need time to acclimate to the metagame, how far they can take their aggressive playstyle.
I agree with number 1, but I'm still waiting for number 2.
Wait, what?
You said number 1.
First
for number 2.
And then what's...
Oh, the number 2 was the Terizla.
Okay. Well, which I also agree.
Yeah.
Which I also agree. Today's not a day of disagreement because I feel like Terizla for Kid Bomba is not only a good meta hero, it's very strong in the lane. It kind of feels like there's no hero that can match up against the Terizla. Additionally, it just provides so much when it comes to neutral objectives, and that's what we saw from Kid Bomba. Now, if you snowball, if you get your War Axe, that means that you can easily walk around the river so that you can be more impactful. So I think it was a snowball after snowball. Terizla is a strong hero. I am still in shock that this is the first time that we'll see Kid Bomba in the Terizla today.
Possibly the only time we'll see him. Because again, in game 2, I have a strong feeling that they'll actually ban it out or steal it away, put it in the hands of Sanji. Because despite being very capable on the Paquito, I think he'd rather steal away one of Kid Bomba's top picks and alight a little bit of the pressure from his teammates. Because in that last clip, prior to the stats actually showing, I did not see a player as exasperated as Maro was.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing so much to try and save his team and set up plays from the wrath of Team Spirit, but all he could do after the game was like, oh.
You know, there's always that rule that we say in pros, like, no matter the setup, no matter how good the setup is, if there's no follow-up, it means nothing. And I think that's what I saw from Maro. Really good connection and really good usage of the spells with the Fire Slash.
He was frustrated, man.
Exactly, but there wasn't any follow-up.
Yeah, like,
that's
look at it. Here.
Yeah.
Like, again, the setup was good. Like, he used the conceal, turn around, it's like, no one sees me here. You guys know the final slash was going to be the starting slash. He slashed it up, but nothing else. There's nothing else.
And maybe it actually is the final slash because there was nothing else after it.
With that being said, we gotta look at our Sony MVP of the game. It has to be Kid Bomba. Finally getting that Terizla, the Rizzler. He didn't die, right, in that game?
Yeah, didn't. And this is always the problem if there is a Terizla that gets a double kill. You get to your War Axe very easily so that you have a lot of impact combined with an Alpha that deals true damage in an AoE with the passives as well. That's a lot of early game damage that you'll have to be facing.
Not to mention the Rupture.
Exactly. You don't even put the Harriet into consideration at that point. So yeah, it's difficult to play the Fredrin, but I do understand why the Fredrin was picked up in this game.
Something I do have to say though, I've seen certain players, certain players going for the Terizla, they have moved from using the Rupture to now using the Thrill, and it actually looks very, very strong, where even with 0 damage items, the damage is just insane. Now we gotta look at the MVP Kid Bomba, 9 KDA, 60% kills, but the big numbers is how much damage that he absorbed, and he's still fine.
I hope the gentleman over my right is happy seeing Kid Bomba at the MVP screen.
I mean, last year's end-of-year report for the Bombanatics looked much better, and I have to look forward to M6 to be able to make it up to the board. But here today, I'm glad that our boy Kid Bomba got an MVP performance. Something to note about the kill participation and like the carry-based stats shown as an MVP, those don't tell the full story of what he does to be able to like. What I'd like to think of as a Kid Bomba Trizla is a lethal enforcer.
A lethal?
He's a bodyguard that would rather not use what he has to be able to stop the incoming damage, but when he has to, he does the job done. Like you know how he killed what was that, Maro walking away, and then he just let the revenge strike do its job, and he was just like, sorry, he has a hammer. He just recalled right there.
Anyways, for you guys at home, make sure you guys actually cast your votes. Who do you guys think is going to win? Cast your predictions. Because again, this is the STC predictions. Make sure you guys go to stcplay.gg. Let us know who's going to be winning this match. Is it going to be Twisted Minds, or as per game number 1, is it going to be Team Spirit? With that being said, honestly, keep this website in mind, stcplay.gg, because the final game of the day, we need to know your thoughts. It's going to be Homeboys or TLPH. With that being said, our gentleman again has been giving us a lot of good info. But I hear that we have a report coming in from our Aces ROG reporter. Eterna, what you got?
Hi guys, it's Eterna, and we are outside the Amazon stage right now with Nico as well as Zinan. We're going to ask them who and which team they are supporting right now. So we'll start with you, Nico.
I'm support Liquid Echo and APBren and also Onyx, Fanatic Onyx.
Okay, so 3 teams. What about you?
For me, it's Fanatic Onyx, APBren, and Echo.
All right, so we have, similarity between the 3 teams, right? We're seeing, Filipino teams as well. Are you guys from the Philippines?
Yeah. I'm from Philippines.
Yeah, we're from Philippines.
Okay, that's great. So what is your prediction for the finals? Because technically, Team Liquid has already come to the point where they're going to make it to the knockouts. But if you guys had to make your predictions for top 3 later in the knockout stage, who would it be?
Top 3? For me, Liquid Echo, Onyx, and APBren.
Same, defending champion, Fanatic Onyx, APBren, and Echo.
Okay, so we have some mixed reviews here, mixed predictions. So we're going to throw it back to the studio. Thank you guys so much.
You know what? It's crazy that they actually zoomed out, because in my head I was like, wow, Eterna looks tall there.
Oh, we were thinking the same thing.
Right?
Yeah,
we thought Eterna looks tall, right?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Speaking of which, I want to ask our casters, Mirko, Nice, do you guys thought Eterna looked tall there? Because she looked to be tall.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, she did. Hey, we're happy to be here. I'm surprised also Eterna's out there withstanding all the weather out there, man. It's hot.
I mean, she can handle it, right? She's not that tall. She's pretty far away from the sun.
Frederick.
Mirko.
Wow.
Joseph, tell him to not say that.
Mirko, here's the
wow.
Like, I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Mirko, I think you won't get the makeup remover now. You got to go forget it. But again, thank you very much, Nice, as well as Mirko. If you guys didn't catch it, that's our casters for this series and the series coming up next. Speaking of coming up next, game number 2, boys. Team Spirit looking pretty good, getting the Rizzler. Will the Rizzler be let go again?
No, I'm gonna put my foot down.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at his foot.
Yeah, it's actually like on the down.
You know, my foot is down.
Yeah, they gotta steal it. They gotta steal it. Put on Sanji with 2 eyes, or ban it hard. That's it. That's my take.
So, were you already satisfied with 1 Thursday game for Kid Bomba? You're okay with that? You're set with that?
Yeah, I think rather we now go for diversity.
Okay.
Lapu-Lapu.
Okay.
That's a Kid Bomba hero.
That's a Kid Bomba hero.
That's a Kid Bomba hero.
Lapu-Lapu.
Hey, when it comes to diversity, my wish list today, it might not come from Kid Bomba himself, but my wish list today is Bane Jungle. That's
Bane! That's always in my wish list.
All right.
What are you talking about? That's
well, we have the same wish list.
From who?
Yeah, so
Doesn't matter who.
Doesn't matter
who.
Doesn't matter.
Bane Jungle is great.
Marl.
No, okay.
Hoda.
Okay, Hoda, yes. Maybe not Marl.
Marl.
Oh, Marl. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
my bad.
okay.
I was confused. But
Bane Rome?
You know what? We need Beloy on that. If
Franco and Bane together.
If Beloyski says Bane Rome is legit, it's legit.
Yep.
You can't argue with the Beloy.
For sure.
My peers. That's a Bane voice line.
Right now, we're looking at the teams. They're about to get ready for the draft, and we're already looking at the teams discussing it. Maybe they're like, maybe we should give them what they want. Bane, EXP.
That's pretty normal in ranked games.
Not in my ranked games.
That's like that's a nothing pick. You know what I mean?
Okay. It's a nothing pick. All right.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I would wish for the Franco from Maro, if Maro.
True.
Just one for the road.
One for the road.
One for old time's sake.
Old time's sake, yeah.
Throwing back to as far as M4.
Yeah, I think the most recent Maro Franco Dessa was MPLI from recent MPLI in Jakarta. So that's one there. I would also want to see Harley. But not in Rome, actually.
In jungle?
Jungle, perhaps.
Yeah, honestly, jungle
or mid. Jungle or mid. Zask is also one of my wish lists.
We saw Zask a record twice so far in MSC, right?
Was it during the wild card?
One in the wild card,
right? Yeah.
one in groups.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay,
I remember the wild card coming in from Bob, and he did well.
Okay.
He did very well. But now again for this matchup, I actually agree with you, gentlemen. It's like, if I want to see anything interesting, it's definitely in the jungle, right? Because I feel like the EXP is locked down, the goalie is definitely locked down. The mid, you have a few.
You have a lot, actually.
You have a lot of good picks in mid. You even see fighters in mid.
Oh!
Fighters in mid?
Charizla mid?
Charizla
that happened? Okay.
Imagine Team Spirit actually gets the Charizla, but then it's like, you know what? I still want the Lapu. Someone else take this Charizla away from me.
Yeah.
That's pretty bombastic.
That's pretty bombastic.
That seems like a Coach Bren. Let me get Charizla. Psych.
Yep.
Give it a Sunset Lover.
And I wonder what Coach Lyric has to say about that. I think so Tarzan is it?
Oh, there's a switch up.
All right.
It's the Maro Tarzan variant.
Tarzan variant.
Of Twisted Minds.
Yep. Tarzan yet to be unlocked, I would say. DLC.
I get it. But either way, right now again,
I'd like
Team Spirit's first pick, Twisted Minds' second pick.
I'd like to correct something I mentioned maybe 2 days ago.
What did you say?
It's Tarzan who is in doctorate school. It's Tarzan who has an MD.
Oh, really?
Not Troll.
Dude, that's still impressive. Doesn't matter who it is.
Wow, wait. You mean like a MLBB player, like a doctor?
That heals people, yes, like in real life.
Wow.
Like if I get sick.
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of the players of Twisted Minds have great education.
No, they do. I've heard.
That's right.
Sanji.
If I'm not mistaken, Sanji with 2 eyes is an engineer.
What?
Wolf, I just got a diploma.
What?
Why is that crazy?
Why are you achievers?
You got a degree?
I play Mobile Legends, bro.
All right, there
He's
you go.
married to the game.
I'm married to the game, bro.
Here we go.
You know who doesn't want to join this conversation?
Who?
Gideon. We're jumping straight into the draft here. Valentino first pick for Team Spirit. And again, just to recap, they bat out the Ling Angela as well as Moskov. Twisted Minds batting out a Chip, Louis, as well as Harif. Speaking of which, I wonder how's the education for our casters?
Let's shift to a different. Why don't we just focus on the draft? Like Roger, for example, is available right now.
Do you want to pick up a Fanny?
Charizla
early. Because I think Team Spirit would pick up the Charizla in a heartbeat if it swings back.
Minotaur Charizla?
Oh yeah, but Minotaur is more of a TS pick.
No, I mean like afterwards. After the pick coming in from Twisted Minds, you just pick up the Minotaur Charizla.
Roger Terry, there you go.
What I tell you?
You told us Charizla.
Yeah, you actually told us Charizla.
Yeah, you actually did tell us.
Right.
We remember that.
Thanks, Lyric.
So you answer with Minotaur as well as
Claude,
apparently. But yeah, Minotaur is very natural. Claude is also very natural.
Minotaur is also shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
You would assume he's huge.
To be fair, Valentina is floating.
Oh yeah, so additional height, additional verticality.
Yeah, like 2 feet off the air. So.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense.
So do you pick up the Cho if you're Twisted Minds, or do you pick up Arlet?
Fanny. It's crazy, but
or Mr. Tarzan?
Who knows, right? You want to switch it up? Hayabusa. You know what? We haven't seen the landslide in a minute.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
It is Tarzan.
On.
It is Tarzan. That's true. This is Tarzan. It's a good. Wolf, it's a good pick. All right.
And no,
we have our wish list, but it's a good pick.
I understand. Like, yeah, sure. First 6 heroes of the draft, meta heroes. Okay.
I died a little knowing it's not a Bane, but
yeah.
Que sera.
Que sera. All right. But yeah, I do agree with you, Lafel. This is a very strong opposition from Twisted Minds. Not that scared about the Valentina, obviously. Basha works especially well against the 2 heroes of Team Spirit because it doesn't give a big ultimate to Valentina. At the same time, you neuter the healing potential of this of this Minotaur.
You can delay your Dominance Ice. It's
That's
fine.
right. Yeah, very good pick.
That relieves your economy.
Farm is gonna be banned here from Team Spirit. Apart from the X-Borg, you maybe a ban the Alpha, actually.
Actually, the Alpha sounds like a pretty legit ban. If not, you can ban on something like the Arlet, the Yuzong, like really respecting keep Bomba's hero pool.
Gentlemen, it's happening again. Mid lane's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Look at this. What else do you play in mid now if the Vexana gets banned out by Team Spirit?
Farsa,
Novario, but they're not the best. Yeah, I would say Farsa is pretty good. I think that's worth the ban.
I would prefer the Farsa, but what if Twisted Minds picks it up first?
That's yep. It's a okay. You ban Farsa, I would say, much better. Or yeah, Vexana.
Either or, right? Either or.
Either or, then they pick up what's left, and then what?
And then Twisted Mind was like, psych, Terizla mid. Okay, I'm reaching. But you know, it's like,
yeah, I
we gotta
understand.
make this, look good.
Vex or Farsa, what are you gonna leave out?
I think Farsa. Yep.
Yeah, Farsa.
Okay.
So you leave the Vex. Vex is great versus the Minotaur. No, the Varia is okay.
I prefer the Vex too, though, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a good wombo combo. The penalty zone into the Eternal Guard.
Yep.
The penalty guard.
Yeah. The PZEG.
Yeah.
What?
PZ.
PZEG.
Penalty
Zeg.
Eternal Guard.
Eternal
Oh,
Guard.
yeah.
Ease.
Ooh.
Oh, Kadira. That was not what I was thinking about. It's going to be hard to catch this Claude, though.
You know what? That's still a flex, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it could be Rome from
It
Maro.
could be Rome.
Oh, and
Rome.
It's a Tams, and then we'll be backed up with a jungler. Alpha looks good.
Yeah, no.
Ling is banned.
Not impossible that maybe... No. We're far off of 2022 to see a Tams in the jungle.
Yeah, far off.
I miss those days.
I wonder if they play Dyroth. Dyroth looks really good for the comps against Terizla was the Baksha. That's the jungler, I mean. But yeah, Alpha probably is the pick here for Team Spirit. Julian.
We talked about how Julian was supposed to be a hot pick, but most of the teams are not picking up.
In the lineups that it really wants to be in, they always just find the ban. But here it just fits in perfectly, and can confirm now that is a mid Kadira.
It's the Air and Sea.
The Air and Sea combo. And with that being said, Naisu as well as Mirko, we've seen the drafts. The drafts look great. Everything is completed. All that's left to do is to let you guys do your work. So you know what? Here you go.
Thanks so much, gentlemen on the desk. Air and Sea. So what are we missing here, Mirko? Are we missing land?
We're missing some earth, some fire. Technically, with the skins, we might get that, right? It depends on what skins they go for.
Yeah.
I really hope the Kadita uses the new Heart of the Sea skin.
Heart of the Sea? Well, let's see if that's going to happen as we get loaded into the Land of Dawn once again. Game number 2 here. We already know Team Spirit got game 1 under control early on. And we'll see if Twisted Minds have something up the sleeves here or in their minds to bring it to a 1-to-1 again. They won't go forward to the knockout stage, but they might as well come out with a win as their last games here for the group stage. But now, looking at things fall into place, you know, I had the same sentiments, man, when that Baksha was locked in. I was like, come on, I was with Leo hoping to see the Bane come through.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to tell the analysts and everybody watching back at home, we actually do have another perspective to the drafts. We have a very different look at the drafts, compared to the analysts, and we did see a very interesting pick get hovered over. So our disappointment was amplified by so much more. Troll already forced to flicker early on. Here we do see a heart as well there. Actually, it's the rough Breath of the Ocean was able to be used up onto Kid Bomba, forcing him back, but he still has that vengeance. Tarzan in enemy jungle. Marl gonna be able to invade, taking it away, picking up level 4 as well, now getting chased down. He doesn't have the enhanced sword as Sawo might be forced to sacrifice his life, but even then, Marl, now with the chain going at it, back and forth, Troll won't be able to get the kill down, but the Petrify locks him down with the wave, but no, Cuffin won't be able to secure the kill on Marl and Sunset Lover, who turns it around on Twisted Minds.
I surely thought that was a kill there. You know, I thought that was going to be picked up, but at least for both sides, they get the 1-for-1 so far. But a lot of early aggression here to start things off. And with that, it'll lead both teams in a comfortable position for the first turtle if they really want to compete. Because earlier, like we mentioned, you know, Twisted Minds, they weren't able to really compete for the objectives in the previous game. They did have a little, you know, change here. We do have Tarzan in the jungle this time around with a Baksha. And although, you know, we were hoping for something else, we saw a glimpse of it.
Oh, man.
This could still work out pretty well.
Tarzan is not even level 4 yet here,
Not yet.
So the fact that Marl was able to invade, stealing away a camp and securing his own, he's 2 levels ahead, forcing Tarzan to go to the purple buff. And now for Marl, looks like they're already setting up Team Spirit for the next turtle. Marl will be going for it straight up here with the enhanced scythe as well, using that skill rotation as Kid Bomba tries his own Sanji away with help of Sunset Lover. Pops in some damage, Sanji forced back instantly, now with the enhanced scythe and a good disengage from Sawo. They'll be able to get the turtle for free. Bomba jumps forward. Not much they can do right now as the Scythe will connect on the Troll again. Penalty zone now straight up with the rough waves. And Eminence Fury won't be able to be popped in. Cuffin finding a double. It's a trade. 2 kills for the neutral objective. But Sunset Lover picks up a kill with the rough waves in the mid lane.
I was going to say, that was really great for Twisted Minds, but, you know, it was good that for Team Spirit, they got an answer back at least through it. So, you know, they clap back, but they still get the objective. So Team Spirit, as long as they keep that up, you know, we were talking about the lead as well in the jungle that they had. But honestly, Tarzan, I don't feel like that's going to worry. He's not going to be too worried about it. His job is really to be that front line, that tank. He rotates really quickly around the map. They can utilize the fact that they have Troll here on this Kaja pick. It looks like, oh, mid lane played, not going to find it though, so that's what I was going to say. Utilize Troll, use that Divine Judgment. He used it that time, but able to stay alive there for Sunset Lover. We're taking a look at the items real quick. Things falling into place here. No first items really locked in just yet, but they'll go ahead and try to, whoa, that was, could have been close there.
That was very, very close. Cuffin still able to evade the Petrify, now back up for him to go for a trade, but Team Spirit are already looking to pressure the bottom lane. Sawo trying to read it out. Troll does have to find, no, he actually doesn't, so it should be an easy disengage for Team Spirit. Nothing to really lock them down. The Sunset Lover still waiting in that bush, trying to go for an ambush. Marl will go straight into the purple buff with the chain and the enhanced scythe, trying to steal away. Troll still doesn't have the Divine Judgment, not just yet. And the Retribution will be there for Marl to pick it up 2 levels ahead with the chain, immobilizing them and getting out with the enhanced sword.
So Marl's still holding on to the lead they had against Tarzan for now. And, you know, if they continue to play around the advantage, this could be just another turtle in their hands. They have a lot of utility available.
Sano gonna be knocked up. Yorihiko, a few more shots should do it, but Sano's able to flicker out back to his tier 1. Troll finally getting the Divine Judgment, waiting in that bush together with Twisted Minds. Troll with a flicker forward into Divine Judgment, right into the Breath of the Ocean, but now seems like Marl is a bit off there with the range of the enhanced chain, unable to go for the knockup onto anyone. Bomba walking back and forth. No Divine Judgment to play with. Marl going to be knocked up by the penalty zone as Tarzan dives in deep as well. But now gets completely obliterated and the turtle gets stolen away too. Now it's Team Spirit who get an amazing trade off the board. It's a kill and a turtle.
Okay, killing a turtle for now. They'll be able to work around that. And like we said, you know, objective-wise, Team Spirit will continue on with that. They'll play this lead that they have in terms of objectives. But if Twisted Minds can somehow continue to get some pick-off potential, then they'll go ahead and turn the tide in their favor. And they have to utilize Troll like they've been doing. You can already see Cuffin is online. He's got the 3 kills. And that's why Sunset Lover, you see him oftentimes taking the rough waves. He takes Cuffin's ultimate. He tries to replicate the same thing over here for Team Spirit and work around with that. But ultimately, Twisted Minds is going to be okay as long as they just keep farming up, getting the gold where they need to. And once again, my question with the Roger gold lane pick, looks like Sano's going to be forced out of lane.
Oh, with the chain, Sano's still able to escape. There's no burst here. Marl decided to go for the knockup instead of the immobilization to go for some more damage. Tarzan, shield unity towards Marl. He pops the chain down just in case Coven wants to go in, and he utilizes that sword to escape. It's a purple buff, secure for Tarzan.
Okay, so they get that. Tarzan's going to actually get that buff. He's fine. And meanwhile, once again, it's pretty much just both teams kind of feeling the areas out. They want to go ahead and start looking towards these tier 1s. Sanji?
Up top, gonna be 2v1 into the Sunset Lover Rough Waves that he stole away from Cuff in the mid lane. Seems Team Spirit, they have the neutral objective lead, and they're gonna be equalizing there as well. Enhanced Chain against Tarzani forces out that puissance from Tarzan.
Yep, quite tanky still, you know, even if he is technically behind and able to work around this. But, you know, that's the thing is, because of the pick-off potential for Twisted Minds here, Mirko, they can work around that. They can use that to build up. And going back to the point with Sano, okay, Hiko.
Flicker forward, blazing to win now by Hiko. He goes back to the battle mirror image, an absolutely amazing outplay. But now gets caught in the Petrify, but now it's going to be Sawo who flickers forward, trying to disengage, gets caught in the Divine Judgment together with Hiko. And Sano punishes them for trying to go for that 2v3.
Meanwhile, up top, Sanji is going to be able to get this kill against Kid Bomba.
Vengeance going at it now. Bomba trying to go for it. Sanji will be able to flicker out of that engagement, and Marl will secure a free turtle as he walks up towards enemy jungle, trying to go for the invade. Trying to go for Sanji too there.
Man, I feel like Marl's having the time of his life. Let's take a look at the replay. He goes back, so this is already after the BMI. Great catch, great read there from Twisted Minds to go ahead and deal with this, and they'll get Sawo. You know, of course, after that, there's some trades happening here, and of course, the objective is also taken. So I feel like Twisted Minds making good plays like this, good reads, but the thing is, how do they stop Marl? How do they stop? Because Marl's having a great time in the jungle, man. He's farming up. Look at the items he's already got locked in, working on the next tier, even though, just look at, he's only got one item locked in. Oh, there's a pull.
Right into the breath of the ocean and the rough waves. Tarzan picking up the kill right now as the Venus Fury gets popped down too, and now it's going to be 3 knockups onto Tarzan, who's still able to soak all that damage in. Troll immobilized, but still able to dash out as Sanji also try to really go for the lockdown earlier with the penalty zone, but is unable to really find anyone else except for Bomba. 1-0, but Team Spirit still have the map prio. Hiko in the bottom lane, taking a few hits from that hammer of Sanji as he swings it. Now he picks up the Queen's Wings.
Yeah, he's got that. And that's what I was saying. You know, Twisted Minds, for the most part, to stay in this game, they just got to focus on farming up, utilizing their power spikes like this with, like I said, with Troll. But meanwhile, for Sano, he's 2-0. On this Roger that really hasn't been able to shine too much from the gold lane, but he's already set himself up really well for this game, because later on, once they get those knockups, once the penalty zones are landed and everything else, he should be able to have a decent time to go in, pop that Warcry emblem, and then get the damage out with the Lycan Pounce and get out. That's what they're hoping for when they get near these objective fights, because look at the control that Team Spirit has. They're going to go ahead and set up already around this Lord. Conceal going to be used, though.
A desperate attempt now with the flicker as well. Hiko reads it, but he walks in to a different part. I think he canceled the Divine Judgment Troll. It's still up.
Still has it.
Troll didn't tap it in time there, even though he got close to Hiko. Now it's going to be Sanji, who's punished just a bit with the Enhanced Scythe. Half of his HP taken away, but he does still have the sustain right now as Kid Bomba will be the target, but it's going to be misplaced. Breath of the Ocean, Vengeance down for Kid Bomba, paying a whole lot of resources. 3 people knocked up together with a blazing duet. Now Hiko still able to space out away from the penalty zone, and that's going to be Marl jumping in with the Enhanced Sword, doing a lot of damage together with Sunset Lover. Still caught in the midst of it all. Sanji swinging the hammer down as the Enhanced Sword will be used up again. Sunset Lover steals away the rough waves, trying to escape. Sano go for the chase down in towards Marl, but he gets the sword again. Marl, the escape artist.
What an escape! And they're gonna go back and get Sanji.
Sanji swinging the hammer down Marl. Oh, he went in a bit too aggressively. Now Sunset Lover gonna be caught down in the Breath of the Ocean, straight into the Divine Judgment. That's come back up. What a long team fight. 2 times we saw Troll get the Divine Judgment. That's how long the team fight was.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what the replay is gonna show there, because look at this. A great setup from both teams to fight this out. It was very extended. Marl, this is part of the Great Escape, able to survive. Sano as well goes for him, tries to chase him down, but escapes through that. But it all leads us to this Lord. Now by both teams want to go ahead and secure this first big objective in terms of the Lords for now. Twisted Minds, if they somehow are able to get this, it'll give them that advantage they've been looking for. Sano still, like I said, having a great game on this Roger that does find some difficulty on really approaching some of these fights from the gold lane perspective. But it looks like no team wants to commit to this just yet. Tarzan might go ahead and dance this one off. They can rely on Troll to start a fight. The Flicker is available just about, so they'll be able to make a play around it. And with that, Cuffin too, he has the Petrify. Interestingly enough, Conceal going to be used. They're going to force them back.
Great escape. Even by Bamba in that bush now, walking back up, trying to bait out that Divine Judgment away from Troll. He knows if he takes the brunt of the engages from Twisted Minds, it's going to be great for his team, and he does bait out the Divine Judgment, but he gets caught in the Breath of the Ocean, pops in Vengeance just in time, and will be able to sustain and soak in all the damage. 3 ultimates. I mean, we don't count Sano's ult, right? That's back up in like 5 seconds, but 2 big ultimates now, Cuffin, Troll, and that will definitely give Team Spirit the free Lord. 11 minutes in, it's not enhanced, so for Twisted Minds, they can still defend.
Hey, that Team Spirit knew what they wanted. Right? They got the ultimates out. They tried to bait out that Divine Judgment, which eventually they did get. Kid Bomba able to survive through it with the Vengeance on this Thamus. And with that, they'll go ahead, take the Lord. They take a couple turrets off that. So Twisted Minds, you know, they'll find themselves on the defense here. I will still say, though, they could actually have a good defense if they're able to control the setup potential from Team Spirit. Part of that, once again, is if Troll can get that Divine Judgment off this time, because Kid Bomba is not the target that they want to find. If they can get Marl, if they can get Hiko somehow, but they got to work through the Purify as well. So Twisted Minds has to pull something amazing off to make this work. Troll's going to take a couple of shots and get forced out from this. They're trying to hold down the tier 2. Lord going down the bottom side. A whole lot of damage on Sanji, but he's going to be fine for now. So Twisted Minds, how are they going to approach this defense?
Team Spirit are doing a good job right now, trying to go for the slow push in the bottom lane, but it seems Troll and Sano and Tarzan will be able to get down in the bottom lane a bit faster to get rid of the Lord. So technically for Team Spirit, they won't have the Lord here to attack the base turrets. Maybe the plan isn't even to go for the base turret. Now a knock up on the Tarzan penalty zone to lock 2 members down, but Hiko will be able to escape with a Battle Mirror Image. Now Salo in the middle with the minions, Fury knocking 3 members up into another knockup as Kid Bomba dives in deep, making it so that Twisted Minds can't really do anything back. They get a pick off on tomorrow, but with Sanji and Tarzan down, it's still so worth it for Team Spirit. Sunset Lover even, look at how comfortable he is in the enemy base, just walking up, standing there menacingly.
Menacingly, right? Just looking at him. And with that, he's holding on to Roger's ultimate as well. That form here, the wolf form, like and found, that he can use. Oh. Okay.
He canceled that.
He canceled that. Yep, able to work around it. They'll get the turret off of this, so they don't need the Lord to help them get to these base turrets. This was actually just great team fighting from Team Spirit to work around against Twisted Minds.
Crazy reaction time. Hiko, you need to time it perfectly to cancel the Divine Judgment. That was a flicker. That was a blink. He reacted to the blink. Hiko, great reaction time. Amazing mechanics on this kid. 14 minutes in, and that, in all the plays that has led up to that play, that's the tilter.
That's the tilter. That might have just been it, but for Twisted Minds, let's take a look how the items are falling into place. Of course, Guardian Helm now picked up here for Tarzan. He's taken a lot of damage, so he needs that sustainability to pop off when he's not in combat, heal back up here, because it's really up to him and also for Sanji. Sanji, of course, on this Terizla, tanky in a way because of the body of Smith, but also picked up the Athena shield, has the War Axe, can go ahead and be some of that front line if they have to. They're trying to set up once again here. They're going to get spotted out, forced out of that bush in the mid lane. Lord's now up, though. Team Spirit has the control around this side of the map, so it's up to Twisted Minds to approach this. Looks like they want to fight.
Enhanced chain. Oh, forced out the Poison's now in the backline. Troll trying to go to the Divine Judgment, but gets knocked up, and it's amazing from Team Spirit to disengage. baiting out a conceal, baiting out a big ultimate from Tarzan, and Bomba is just screening them, trying to read out all the movements. Tarzan not even able to go for the shield unity. Troll again, dashing forward, trying to go for the Divine Judgment, but he can't go onto Bomba. He's bought so much time. Marl deleted the Lord. This time, it'll be a bit different. It's an enhanced one for Team Spirit, and they're going to be looking to take at least all of the base turrets down.
Definitely so. I'm still surprised at how fast Julian can scale up like this and take down the Lord like that. And on that, you know, we saw some great escapes earlier. Now he's got the Winter's Crown. You know, he's got that available to play into that if he wants to go ahead and just pop that freeze for a little bit longer. Pull.
Divine Judgment again. Samo this time will be picked off. That's a big pick. And now, with no Minions Fury, with one member down, Twisted Mind should still be able to defend this siege. Sano, though, already very, very low earlier. Sunset Lover stealing Lycan form. Tomorrow, trying to go for the enhanced chain. Unfortunately, unable to go onto Sano. Troll, no Divine Judgment, so Kid Bomba will be able to posture up aggressively. Great management from Twisted Minds, clearing up the mid lane, then the top side, and letting the bottom lane flow in, isolating the Lord, and now defending to see another few minutes of this game.
I think that's great, man. They used Troll just to take out Sao, and because Sao was not there to potentially set up with Minoan Fury, Twisted Mind buy themselves some more time into the game. That single decision really helped them keep them into this game, keep it together. They buy themselves time to farm up the items that they need. And again, Sano has done a good job at playing this Roger, being able to find his own entry point. Sometimes you might see him going 1v1 with Sunset Lover, but for the most part, he's really patient on the entries. And that's what they got to do. If they want to get to a point where, all right, Lord's coming up in a minute and a half, we want to be able to contest it. Troll now has the immortality, mind you, so he can actually go ahead and utilize that flicker. If they can get a key target and work against the couple immortalities you see there from Team Spirit, this could give Twisted Minds the advantage they need approaching the objective here.
It's all about finding the key targets, but it's been a bit tough to do that in these skirmishes. With Bomba, Sawo always in the front lines, they really have a lot of tools to actually disengage or to actually soak in the damage. For Sawo, you know, it's a disengage. You get the knockup down, you kind of stop that pick-off from happening. For Kid Bomba, he's just like, yeah, I'll take it. It's okay, you know, just Vengeance. Divine Judgment, no problem. I got that Vengeance. And look at him. He's posturing up, walking up to everybody. This is the Bomba mentality that we all fell in love with back in M5. That's why Leo created that fan base, man. The Bombanatics.
Bombanatics. I thought they upgraded now. Didn't it upgrade? Isn't there a new term? I don't know.
I still heard him say Bombanatics, but maybe it could be like...
No, I think he's waiting for it to sign off, but you know, Bombanatics will go with that for now because Kid Bomba so far, that's what he's doing on this Thamus.
Look at him.
Oh, he's just going to jump in?
Yeah, he doesn't care. Now onto Cuffin, forcing the oddity back. And Cuffin can only just respect it because, again, if they all in onto Bomba, if they use their resources onto Bomba, they lose. At least earlier, you know, it was just the Vengeance. Now it's a Vengeance and an Immortality.
You know what they're missing, man?
What?
Just Minds, instead of the Baksha, they should have went with the Akai.
Oh, the Akai.
Yep, and then gone with the skin. That might have been the answer.
I can't. Oh, that's true. You know, if the Kung Fu Panda did go up against General Kai, maybe it'll be a bit different. But knowing how that early game played out, even with the Baksha, I think it will be a little bit too scary to go for the Akai. Very slow clear speed. Tarzan was already out farm, but this time level 15. So Troll, that's the Divine Judgment, gets caught up in Sunset Lover. An amazing read, right into the Minions Fury. Sawo knocks 4 members up in the back line, and Bomba's just standing there, swinging the spears, or whatever you want to call that weapon. Sanji zoned away, now getting caught in the enhanced chain, forced to flicker out. Sano gets baited in by the Winter Truncheon. Sunset Lover buys the immortality, and now 2 members down. They don't even need to go for the Lord. Hiko with the Battle Mirror image forward. Blazing Duet, not quite in range there, but still, they'll be able to go for the clear into the wave. Sanji trying to go for the defense right now with the help of Sano. That's a penalty zone into the back line, trying to zone them away with the Breath of the Ocean as well, but Cuffin has no rough waves. The Vengeance is there, and nobody is able to deal with them. Only the Immortality is taken down by Twisted Minds. Team Spirit, it's a 2-0 in their final game of MSC.
And Team Spirit will go ahead and rally up for the last game, getting a sweep against Twisted Minds. And man, what a game for them. What a series that we got to see from Team Spirit. A little reminiscent of what we've seen in the past. And it's unfortunate that they weren't able to just bring this into the knockout stage because, man, it is so fun to watch these guys play, especially when they're on their A game.
They're a phenomenal team, man. It's unfortunate that we don't get to see them, you know, qualify to the knockout stages, but GG, well played to both Team Spirit and Twisted Minds. Even though they weren't able to qualify to the knockout stages, they showed us exactly what they were made of, right? Even here, in a match where technically it doesn't matter, they popped off, they performed, they showed the world that they're still here to play, to win.
Definitely are. Let's go ahead and throw it over on stage to hear from our hosts.
Yep. Sorry to disappoint, but we're talking first. Welcome to the analyst stand. Lavelle, Leo, and Wolf at your service, breaking down game number 2. Is this not the spirit we were looking for from Team Spirit?
I mean, this is what we've been looking for, and like you guys said, you guys analyzed it well. All they needed was time. And while we're looking at this as well, I feel like we gotta do Twisted Mind justice as well.
Yeah.
In this MSC, unfortunately, they didn't do well. But again, it should be all up from here. What else should we expect from them? Like, honestly, it's up to you guys. You guys want to talk about Team Spirit? Go ahead. You guys want to talk about Twisted Mind? Go ahead.
There's a lot of things that Twisted Mind has to work on. First, I think is the way that they calculate whether or not they can go on to Heroes or not, because there are so many times where Team Spirit runs away with a sliver of health, and I'm not saying that only in this game, but that's also applicable to the other series that Twisted Mind also played. It kind of felt like they didn't naturally know how much damage they can deal, and that meant that they were always left in a knockout spot. Even in the last part of the last clash, where you saw Kaja try to initiate, but he was then initiated upon it, and eventually the jump from Sawa just finished the entirety of the members of Team of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, I reckon that might come through in number 1, just reps, right?
For sure.
Go through and play with more teams as a roster, which now brings me to my second statement. My second thesis is, it's a new roster.
It's a new roster,
This is technically the first time we've seen this iteration of Twisted Minds all MSC long. So, you know, GG well played still. I'm excited to see what else Twisted Minds brings the next time we see them come around in an international tournament.
Very early question here, because Wolf, you were talking about not understanding how much damage that you deal. We gotta talk about Thomas, because you guys talked about this. The Thunder Belt, early item on the Thomas.
I love it.
Was that one reasons how he could tank so much damage?
I mean, the kit itself is pretty chunky already, right? Then he builds the immortality later on. But no, that early Thunderbell really did the job again.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I don't
damage. 1.
I have no idea how much stacks yet.
Defense, see? 1, 2.
Keep on doing
It just counts up, and it was a long game. How long did that game last? Like 20 minutes?
19 minutes. 19. It's about to go 20 minutes.
So that's a lot of accumulated defense that you just get. So at the end of the day, no matter what, they're going to have to rely on true damage to hurt the bomb and to hurt Kid Bomba. And yes, can confirm it's still the Bombanatics. Bombanatics International.
Yeah, and the thing is, Kid Bomba himself plays a lot of Terizda, so he probably knows how to counter that hero as well.
Yeah.
It's difficult to play up against a Thams when you're also a melee-based hero. When you're a fighter, you deal true damage versus the Terizda. And then you see there's a lot of impact once again, and somebody's excited.
I am.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I'll explain it why, but we're a few feet away from my patron, from my avatar.
Oh,
your
okay,
avatar.
Now I see it. Now I see it.
Your avatar.
Let's actually talk about the MVP, the Sony MVP of the game. And again, in the 19 minutes that we saw the game, that might be the MVP. But again, let's look at the highlights here.
So many good plays we saw from Marl eventually in this game, especially with the way that he uses the sword to get out. I think many times he cheated death in this game, but like I said, it's also a factor of Twisted Minds not calculating properly how much damage they can deal. Sunset Lover also very comfortable with his Valentina, stealing the Kaja ultimate in the most opportune moments, and also utilizing the rough waves to deal the damage as well. So it's both defensive and offensive, the way that Sunset Lover juggles through the ultimates that he needed to copy.
Not to mention the couple of times he actually took Sano's Lycan Pounce.
Oh, yeah.
He was so mobile.
At that point, it could be just a flex. Like, I know he feels like to be a Roger. I want to go in.
Yeah, he put the legend in Mobile Legend.
That's it. He put the legend in Mobile Legend.
Yeah. Sunset Lover, the moment they saw that there was a concealed play, they just literally utilized the stolen / copied Divine Judgment, and oh my, 100%.
All the kills.
All the kills, he's a part of it. 12 KDA. Again, gold doesn't matter. The best play that I liked was that how Troll was the one aiming to catch someone with his Divine Judgment, and then Sunset Lover is like, excuse me, hello, and then pulls him back in.
Yeah. I am the Kaja now.
I'm the Kaja now.
He's just doing his best Kaja impersonation. After he does the Divine Judgment.
Yeah.
I mean, for you guys at home, you guys can let us know. We have a broadcast survey that we'd like you guys to fill out. The QR code is down below. What do you guys think about the show so far? Anything that you guys want to see? Let us know, and we'll try our best to get it over to you.
What if they want to see Kid Bomba in the stands?
You know what? That's one of those things that might be crazy enough that if they want it, we'll give it to them.
What if
we have the power?
What if we say his name and then he appears?
Yeah.
Kid Bomba.
What if he's like, I want a different name?
Well, what kind of name you want?
I don't know. I don't know his real name.
I mean,
well, we can ask him.
We could ask him, but for now, I do have to give a little update on the STC prediction. For those of you guys that said that Team Spirit was the one favorite to win, you guys are amazing. But we are looking forward for the next match as well. It's going to be Homeboys going up against CLPH. So make sure you guys cast your predictions at stcplay.gg. Just a quick shout out because I feel like we're gonna go in fast, so you guys have to give the predictions much earlier. And for now, we're going for a short break before we go back into the ALJ match of the day.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
لا تشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على اليد سود.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
As you guys can see, I'm shaking in my boots. Welcome back. You guys are watching the Mid-Season Cup 2024. LaFell here, and I'm joined by Wolf as well as Leo. And here's the thing. This is the ALJ match of the day, the final match of the day. And I'm shaking in my boots here because I don't know whether I'm excited or scared.
You're trembling.
I'm trembling.
You're trembling. I gotta ask you this time around, what is your STC prediction for this one? You're telling people all day to predict. How about this time around? What you got?
Judging by my own reputation, I believe...
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
I believe the people back at home would not mind me doing this.
What do they want?
What the Malaysians want to hear is that my choice, my prediction, TLPH, baby, Team Liquid PH, let's
Tell him
go.
the score. Tell him the score.
The score 2-0. Easy 2-0 TLPH all the way.
Right. I feel so weird that we're always agreeing. When it's this stand, we're always in agreement.
Yeah, because yesterday was the day of disagreement. Fortunately, that expires quickly.
Yeah.
You just change one. Oh, it gets tiring.
Tomorrow will be the day of uncertainty. It's like, what do you think? I don't know.
What ifs?
How's the draft? Could be good, could be bad.
Yeah.
50-50.
Could be 2-0, could be 1-1.
As Mirko would say, pretty mid.
Pretty mid.
Yeah.
But either ways, we got to talk about this right now. Homeboys, Liquid, the ruler of Group C, the Cavalry versus the Flame Boys. Who is the king of the hill?
Oh. Well, you did answer the question.
You know what? Our stand is all TLPH.
I was just surprised about this graphic, and I think this really sets up the tone.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. For all of the viewers out there, we know that both teams have already made it to the knockouts, right?
Actually, I feel like
it's pretty chill.
I need to let people know. For those of you who don't know who I am, whichever team I go for, the opposite happens. So in case it doesn't make sense, you know, I'm trying to apply the caster curse here, even though I'm not a caster. Sorry for cutting you off. Moving on.
Oh yeah, maybe our curse won't apply because we're not casters.
Oh no!
Maybe because we're not casting.
You may have just doomed homeboys.
Homeboys, bro. You outplayed yourself.
Congratulations.
You outplayed yourself.
Can't believe he did it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean.
Yeah, play yourself. Yeah, but yeah. I think. Here's the thing, right?
Yes.
This series matters so much because even when both teams have already made it to the knockouts, this will define who will go to number one and number two. So this could well be a best of 3 if it will be a tie, you know? Because I believe that has to be decided, right?
Right, yeah.
And the thing is, or maybe they'll just rely on game time because it's just a two-way tie.
Yeah.
Two-way tie goes that way. But what I'm saying is, getting into top 1 means that you will face the top 2 of the other groups, which makes it so that second place is actually very difficult since it's single elimination. You might be facing up against the juggernauts of the other groups.
Personally, for me, I would say winning this feels more personal than how do I say this? Tactical? Like, tactically, you want to be number 1 so that you have a better spot during the knockout stage. But I feel like this is one of those games where it's like, I'm pretty sure, even if I'm coming from the Philippines or I'm coming from Malaysia, doubters are everywhere. Haters are everywhere. So winning this one would shut up a majority of them.
This is a show of force.
Show of force,
It's less of where you land, it's how you got there.
Okay,
I agree with him, though.
Okay.
I like that that's how you see it.
I understand. That's how you see it.
Because for a majority of Liquid Echo and TLPH matches, that's how it is. They just wanna style on y'all.
They want to style you, but again,
yeah,
you need to get a top 1.
Okay.
Let's be real.
Before we move on, we got to talk about Sao here because from Team Spirit, Sao said, I love Udil so much. When we met, he's so fancy. He's just a good guy. He's so fancy.
You know what? I will.
Udil is a fancy guy. You know,
I will agree with Sao. I will echo because last night I saw him and we had a short conversation. Y'all know Spicy Udil. That's Udil you see often on broadcast, MPLID, MPLMY. But when I saw him after dinner, he was just so nice. He was just, I'm not used to it.
No, honestly, at this point, we got to throw it over to the stage.
Dominated the group will now fight against each other to see who will come out on top of Group C.
And now, presenting first, the baddest boys all the way from Malaysia. After a sweeping win against Twisted Minds, they are now on a 6-game win streak. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. It's Homeboys!
Chibi Sling has been impressive, undefeated in 5 games from the wild card to the group stages.
You know what? Talking about those incredible stats, I think a lot of people at home and a lot of people here want to know, how many times do you think Zorn's going to be able to recall in these upcoming games too?
Now we're going to see that, but looking to break their win streak is a team that has yet to be defeated. The Cavalry from the Philippines are back. Introducing Liquid Echo.
Team Liquid Echo, the last time they met Homeboys in an international tournament, they managed to take them down 2-1. Is it going to be the same case here? That's what I want to know.
Well, we're also wondering, can Chibi lead Homeboys against Carl and Liquid Echo? Now, this is going to be the fight to the top of Team C.
Well, I think the players are ready and the stage is set. So let's take it on over, back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Sandstorm, as well as Mara. And gentlemen, Sandstorm had a good question. And the question is, how much can Zorn TP in this game? Right, because now it's against the LPH. This might be a game where he might be a little bit limited.
To be fair, when you're talking about Zorn and an amount of recalling, you can never really put a number on it. You can you can give it an over and under. So for this whole series, best of 2,
300. It's a good start.
Them's amateur numbers.
300 is the rookie numbers.
I'm thinking like 700
per minute, maybe.
Yeah, 752. That's the basement.
752 is the basement.
Per game.
Per game.
Per game. Yeah, you know what? I think if there's any other occasion that you should be recalling so much, this should be it. Play in Echo's game, you know, in Liquid Echo's game. They like the TP, you like the TP. Everybody loves seeing you both TP. I'm gonna watch it. You know,
it's a TP party.
TP party.
Imagine trying to go for your Lord dance, and then you're trying to edge your opponent to start the Lord 5-man TP.
Yeah.
10-man.
10-man TP. Sorry, 10-man TP.
Lord gets confused at that point.
Lord TP. At that point, Lord's like, okay, you know what? I'll hit myself. I'll chunk my own HP down. But now we're jumping straight into the draft. Homeboys, blue side, first pick to LPH. Red side, second pick. And we're jumping in. This is going to be very interesting. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, very interesting and very fast as well. Homeboys have to be prepared about this blitz draft. But what we do know is that they really like the Cho as well as the Farsa and TLPH. Knowing that they're on the red side, they're on the red side, they might... I would have said they meant Louis, but it was Homeboys themselves that banned it out.
Coach, nobody is on point.
All right.
He's El Jefe.
El Jefe.
He's El Jefe?
Yeah, Jeff. It's actually
Jeff. Okay. That makes more sense now. But anyways, I feel like TLPH should ban out the chip sooner or later. Something that they do have to be careful of, I kind of feel like, is actually going to be Udil. Because I feel like Zorn, even without a show, he could do more or less what he wants to do. But Udil on the Farsa is deadly. So personally for me, if TLPH they want to go for a Valentina, maybe they got to consider the Farsa matchup.
Yeah. I really like the way that Udil plays the Farsa, but I doubt it will be let go for TLPH, especially because Homeboys themselves ban out the Louis very early. So it kind of frees up one slot here in the red side. So you ban Chip, eventually you ban the Farsa. I think
this is interesting.
Ling instead.
That's what I was gonna say. Talking about the Farsa, you always have to consider the other side of the coin. The one who steals thine ult. The Valentina. Is this the first Valentina ban we've seen in a while? All day at least. All day.
It's been a while. It's been a long while for sure. And Homeboys banning out the Yuzong. So this is targeted ban. This is not like a meta ban. It's targeted bans.
Okay, so Roger Moskov is open. I wonder if Faramis is the priority now for Homeboys. But that definitely is a hero you don't want to give to Team Liquid Echo. So that is actually a scary spot to be in. I do feel that among all of the heroes, it might be the best hero to pick up first, just because even if the Roger was picked up from Team Liquid Echo, at least you have an answer already with the Faramis. But nonetheless, yeah, Roger looks to be a pretty solid pick. There you go. Oh man, this is Faramis Baksha territory for
This
TLPH.
is one of the few times you can actually flex on blue.
Yeah.
By picking a Roger this early. Mind you, the Arlo is still out there.
But here's the thing. Homeboys has been batting out Faramis almost every single time.
Yeah.
So this is one of those times they actually let it go. So it's kind of like asking TLPH, the Faramis is up.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick it up? Because if you don't, we might take it for ourselves.
It's Baksha Faramis. Like I told you before. If not, it could be Arlot and the Edith, which also TLPH really likes to flex.
And
slash or, yeah. But yeah, the Faramis just such a good pick. It's a great answer. Oh, there you go. It's the Edith. It's one of the variations of this one. Especially because even when they give the Faramis to Homeboys, they're okay. They have the Edith anyways. They have the Baksha to kind of neuter the sustain. And obviously the Edith is great versus the shields of the Faramis.
And they can also still pick up the Claude or the Farsa on the
That's
swim
right.
back.
That's
so
right.
If there ever was a team that you would try to bait out picks from, I don't think Liquid Echo is the best one to do that now against.
No, I do agree. At this point, Homeboys, Faramis is an amazing hero, but Udil seems very comfortable on the Vexana.
Yeah.
So even if it's up, maybe that won't be the pick that he's going to pick up. But I feel like Udil should pick his hero now. And Angela?
We got plans at it.
This is not a Zorn hero, by the way.
It's the first time that we've actually seen Angela open.
Yes, that's right. And this time there is the Baksha to actually answer for that. So typically when this is the case for the opponents of Team Liquid Echo, they go for the Kaja, but that might be the last pick. This time they might just settle for their gold laner, which is likely to be the Claude as well as the Moskov. Two good heroes to answer this. But they also like carry when they're going up against Thursday as well as Angela. So this is some of the programming that Team Liquid Echo always considers. The benefit for carry is that you have that burst. But instead they go for Florence. So this confirms Edith in the EXP lane.
I mean, this is already looking like a very solid lineup coming in from Team Liquid Echo, because this makes it so that they have, I want to say, immovable object, but the object is moving all around. I'm talking about the Boxia here. Boxia as well as the Florid, and the Edith is just going to stop any kind of movement coming in from the front lines of Homeboy. So the question really is, this Angela, that's it. That's just the question.
It's a double flex. I'll tell you the truth now. It's a double flex on blue.
Yeah.
You are obfuscating the roam pick. You're also obfuscating the gold lane pick.
That's right.
So, interestingly enough, Liquid Echo attacks neither. They go ahead and ban out the Grok.
Yeah. I wonder what this decision was from Team Liquid Echo. Getting the Florida at this slot seems like it didn't have the urgency that Team Liquid have obliged, just because of the presence of the Faramis that's still open.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the plan is, what the MO is by Coach CJ and Coach Tick here.
Yeah.
Why so soon?
Yeah, why so soon indeed? So there's the Moskov ban that we also prescribe Team Liquid will pick up. But then, Betty Cutie can play the carry eventually afterwards. There still is the Matrix, which, you know, what if Team Liquid just goes for the Novaria in this composition? Great damage, great coverage.
Novatrix?
The Novatrix could be a good option. Florine plus Novaria has been done before, but instead they steal the Farsa, forcing, hey Odile, pick up that Angela. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'm worried about Angela because this is one of those compositions where you either have a good start or you're not going to be able to ramp out at all. Because I've seen Carl Teasy always able to find Angela in the backline somehow alone. And he just makes sure this Angela is a non-factor. The thing that I want to say is when Carl Teasy has this Boxia, it makes it so that the opposing side feels like you only have 4 heroes. So it's just 4v5, and that's not a good standing point that you want to have when you're going up against Team Liquid Echo.
Wonder if this Roger will go to the jungle then. Oh well, never mind. That's the Cho. And the Lunox.
Oh,
wait, where's this Lunox gonna go? Jungle?
That
gold?
is
mid.
Gold.
Oh yeah, no, gold. And
Gold
then mid
Angela.
Rome Cho. Oh, Chibi on that Roger again.
But this prompts the Nathan pick, right? Oh, but then again, that's a lot of magic damage. This is all magic damage from from the entirety of.
So maybe the Beatrix.
Yeah, Beatrix. They can be crazy with an Xia.
Or an Irithel. You keep looking for the Irithel.
Oh, Irithel?
I think it's, yeah, it's...
Irithel looks good. There's not much lockdown from homeboys.
You've been looking for the Irithel for 2 days now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like...
Yeah, but I think Beatrix is just a standard pickup for you.
Sometimes you have to patronize him. Just let him think it's possible.
Yeah. No, I'm just cycling myself. There it is. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, simplest point A to B, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Irithel is too much of a stretch, you know. But either ways, the draft has been completed. Homeboys, Team Liquid Echo. This will be the first game of their best of 2. This is an interesting lineup coming in from both teams. And when I'm throwing it to the casters, I only ask for one thing, and one thing only. Show mercy. With that being said, Naisu, Mirko, you guys can have it.
Thank you so much, LaFell. We'll see if we can have some mercy here for this matchup. It's the ALJ match of the day. The match between the rulers of Group C, trying to get that top spot. Once again, I'm Naisu and joined here on desk with Mirko. And we'll be bringing you the last match of day number 3 here for MSC at EWC as we round out Group C to find out where they fall into place as we jump into the land of dawn. It's Homeboys from Malaysia and Team Liquid Echo from the Philippines. Will be the Homeboys or the Cavalry to start out game number 1. Looking at everything falling into place, of course, emblem-wise as well. You got Chibi, once again, running the Roger. I love the Roger in the jungle with the war cry.
I love it, the war cry. We were actually talking about where the Roger's gonna go, where the Lunox gonna go. Yeah. I was like, okay, maybe we get a Fire Flux here, maybe we get the Lunox in the jungle. But it turns out, no. All right, Nets is gonna be on it in the gold lane. And hey, it's really cool to see, you know, for this matchup especially, Nets, back when he was playing for MPLPH, you know, for Onyx PH, he said that, you know, he's the best goal laner, and now we technically get to see that if he has improved that much. Udil going to be engaged on Zorn as well, getting that G Kundo. We'll see him tested up against Benny QT after transferring the Homeboys. He hasn't really had the chance to go up against a lot of Filipino gold laners.
Yeah, it's been a while, I'd say, for Nets. So there's this matchup alone, there's so much to talk about here. Even the fact that this time around, Carl Tizzy went with the Baksha pick, which actually ends up, you know, working pretty well against the Angela that Homeboys went with. You know, leave it to Homeboys, by the way, to go ahead and bring a draft like this to the table. Top side, Sapat should be fine. Does get quite low, but it goes has that passive as well. The body of Smith there to keep him alive a little bit longer, and it will not go down just yet. I think the other thing you have to point out too is Zorn on this choke pick. We saw how good this can be back in the wild card stage, Mirko.
We did, man. Zorn, not even just the wild card, even just earlier, we saw how lethal Zorn can be on the Cho. When he finds, you know, the jam, his momentum, it's very, very hard to actually get away from him. He's a very annoying player on the Cho especially. I think I would say on anything that can actually initiate. So 50% of Mobile Legends heroes.
I was going to say, that's quite a big pool of heroes that can initiate, but Turtle's going to be initiated already, but Carl Tizzy is going to start that up. Trying to get that level 4 for Homeboys, but they might be a little bit too late to the fight here. Zorn doesn't have it either.
He does have the Shunpu, though. He's going to go in with G Kundo all the way to the back line. Chibi winning out of the red tree battles. Carl Tizzy was stunned up in a penalty zone. Zapat's going to hammer down as Sanji picks up the kill. That's first blood over. Chibi will not be able to escape. Liquid Echo, they say it's fine. Get the turtle, we'll take the kills.
Yeah, Liquid Echo does not matter to them. Oh, hold on. Do they? Okay, they get the Brilliance out. Some extra shots coming out as well, but Liquid Echo, because of the fact that they were able to get those 2 kills, loaded as well on Sanji here. That's going to help them out in the damage department and then play around the power spikes that come pretty early on if you look at this. And that's why I'm wondering for Nets picking up this Lunox, you know that can overload the damage department early on, but even with how the last fight went, Zorn is still doing what he does best. Just showing, oh, hold on, mid lane.
Force the flicker out, Udil.
Wow.
LaFell was already talking about this pick right in the mid lane. It's kind of concerning to see Udil on a pick like this when usually he wants to go on the carries. If it's not the Valentina, you definitely see a lot of that Farsa. And we did get to see that just before match number 3. In match number 2 when he played together with Zorn on the Cho. So it's already very interesting to see him now on a passive, reactive pick over the carry roles or over the proactive picks that we're used to seeing. But even Benny Cutie, you can see Now I feel like for the Beatrix, back in the day, we always expect the Beatrix to go for a pure 1v1. You know, like she's the dueler, she's the duelist. But now it's more of a non-lane whenever you're up against a Beatrix. All he does in the lane is clear wave. That's it. And then rotate over to the mid lane, does the same thing as well.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, and at this point, honestly, if you're going to pick the Beatrix up, now again, we saw this get the Savage before, what was that, on day one, I think it was, with CW, but it's still a hero that has a tool for every situation, and sometimes that might just be clearing waves for a while, getting that gold lane experience. Sanji, though, used that Feathered Airstrike. I don't think Chibi's not going to be able to follow. Heart Guard was actually used, too, so it looked like some miscommunication there from Homeboys.
For sure. I think Udil's call was definitely, you know, go in, I can get you the Heart Guard, but Chibi wants to play it a bit safer. He knows here, Zorn, able to go for the kick onto the way, the Dragon, wrong angle, though, Sanford jumping in with the Onward and the Earth Shadow, now with the Primal Wrath. Chibi canceled out of the Lycan Pound. Zorn going to be getting rid of in the back line, and that's a turtle again this time for Liquid Echo as they dominate game number 1 in the first 4 minutes.
My goodness, who let the cavalry out here in game 1 against Homeboys? And time again, as people have been watching Homeboys, they've been like, man, they're looking good. But right now, Liquid Echo is just dominating the early game. That time around, they also managed to get the objective. They got the turtle, they got some kills, and a bunch of extra gold as well. Look at this, Benny Cutie just picks up the BOD this early on.
BOD in the 5th minute of the game. We were talking about how much of a menace he is, just clearing out these waves. Zorn, again, up top, really trying to be annoying here for Sanford, trying to delay him into the lane, and that actually does work out very, very well for Homeboys. Sapat is able to get so many hits on the turret, so at least it'll be a trade. Bottom lane tier 1 for the top lane tier 1 as Udil claims that Flask of the Oasis. Now Zorn gonna go for the way the Dragon again onto Carl TZ, not able to find it just yet, but now finds himself in the proper angle to go for it. The way the Dragon onto Sanford, though, no one's there to follow it up. It's actually gonna be TLPH who rotate faster. Benny Cutie rotating and getting the kill on Zorn, punishing the guy who was meant to go for pickoffs.
Yeah, I think again you're playing the Cho. Oh my goodness! What is that damn? That's big damn!
Benny, my goodness! Have some mercy, LaFell said to the casters, but maybe he should have said it to Liquid Echo. 7-0, 6 minutes in.
What? All he has is the BOD and that Fury Hammer. I mean, a little bit of extra damage, but my goodness, the damage department is already there for a Liquid Echo this early on. And I mean, everything that they just managed gives them that 5,000 gold ahead in terms against Homeboys. And Homeboys, you know, Zorn, what he was trying to do early on, trying to find a pickoff, is going to be increasingly more difficult now because of the gap that you're seeing here in terms of items. He's going to have to be much more calculated in the approach to deal with this. Turtle, I think this is just for the taking for Liquid Echo.
The first turtle, Homeboys was able to contest it. They were able to get a really good steal. And then the next 2 turtles, it was just, you know, pure domination for Liquid Echo. Able to control it, set up properly as well. And this time, no contest at all. Zorn trying to go for the way to Dragon. But again, Sanford, I don't really think he's the right target to go for. Now with Carl TZ with the shield unity, Sapat, Udil, everybody from Homeboys, they can't even step foot in their own jungle.
Sanford's doing such a good job at being that front target because do you really want to kick an Edith towards your team? You know,
no.
I mean, she's just going to pop the Primal Wrath, and then it's a disaster from there. For Homeboys, that's the thing. We kind of have to look at where can they find hope in this game already, falling further and further behind. It looks like they used Concealed down there, but it's only Carl TZ. He goes for Sanford.
They're going to go on to Sanford now with the Chaos as well. Sanford just walks up with the Onward, has the Primal Wrath, flickers back again. 2v5 in the bottom lane. Sanford sustaining in, but will finally be taken out by Zorn. Now with Sanji rotating as well. That's a Feather Airstrike to deal some damage. Chibi getting rid of Carl TZ, but now Benny Cutie, the big damn carry is here. The raid boss looking to go for the cleanup. The Bennett's Rage not in range. Zorn with the G Kundo. Great disengage, and Homeboys will be able to capitalize on that 2v5.
There you go, Homeboys. That's what. No, the shot's gonna land, but it's not enough to get the kill. But Homeboys, they get it. At least they get back in the game. I was asking the question, Where's the hope for them? And it looks like they're still going.
Way the Dragon into the Chaos. JP still able to flicker out now with the Bloom and the Feathered Airstrike chunking them down. Sanford looking for a re-engage. Zorn recalls in front of them, and Benny gets the shotgun out. Don't be recalling in front of me, man.
Oh, anytime you see that, you have to be careful. We already saw the preview of the damage that Benny Cutie's holding on to. If somehow Homeboys can get to Benny Cutie, that'd be great pickup for them. But already, now the Lord is up. I would say, you know, with what happened for Homeboys in that whole exchange, I'm not sure if it's enough to actually go toe-to-toe contest when it comes to the Lord here against Liquid Echo, but so far, at least they find a little bit of hope. The Nets is a big part of that. He hasn't gone down. He's been able to farm up. Zorn's going to take some damage, though.
Chain CC. Zorn, baits out the Feathered Airstrike, too. Very early on Sanji. And now he'll be forced to recall. He doesn't have a lot of mana, but it does seem like he's actually going to choose to stay around the Lord pit. Angela in the bottom lane trying to go for that macro advantage with wave clear. With the global presence, Sapat has the penalty zone. Can go for the chain CC onto Carl Teasy, but Carl Teasy goes over shield unit. Chibi walking in, and he wins it! Now with the Rectory Battle 1, Sapat jumps in deep into the back line. Sanford gonna be able to still tank in so much damage in the front, soaking it in, but ultimately will have to disengage. They can't go for more. Homeboys, great steal. Zorn, Way the Dragon, bringing Benny Cutie back into the wild. Oh, Lycan pounce. But the Feather Airstrike isn't able to take him down just yet now. And Homeboys, again, another amazing pick.
This is a massive swing now for Homeboys. They've evened out the gold. They got big shutdowns as well, plus the objective. What more could Homeboys ask for here? And with that, you're seeing the items being locked in as well. Glowing One also picked up from Udil, wants to help with that sustainability coming out there. They have the floor in for Liquid Echo. They should be able to make quick work of this Lord. Nothing too crazy should happen off this, but what that's done for Homeboys is giving them a fighting chance to now get space to work with on the map.
Great space to utilize now, but Carl TZ, good shampoo by Zorn with the TPs. I think the Wood Sandstorm, you know, he asked the question. Now, we definitely got to get someone in production or maybe the analyst to count how many TPs he's doing, because Zorn is already finding his jam now in the 10th minute of the game. It took him a while. Usually we see him TP very early on.
Yep.
Now Zorn is getting it in the 10th minute. But let's talk a little bit about the scaling of both these teams, right? Because for Homeboys, with the Lunox, with the Roger, they actually have some proper scaling to play with.
They do, and that's why I was mentioning it earlier with Nets. You know, for the most part, as he... mid lane.
Shield Unity into the Poison. Chibi still able to evade from the Feathered Airstrike as Zorn pops into Conceal. Still no full initiation. Zorn wants to go for it. Jumps in with the Jeet Kune Do. Shunpu's back out as Sanford pops into Earth Shatter. Both teams playing it slow, resetting.
He's doing such a good job at... Even if it's just baiting out the Feathered Airstrike, that's what Homeboys need. So Zorn now, like you mentioned, getting to the point in the game where he's able to kind of relax a little bit, get these, you know, these ultimates down if he can, maybe a couple battle spells as well, and that's part of it. Going back to Nets here, looking at the items, he's getting there. He's already got the Genius Wand, Divine Glaive, Enchanted Talisman. He's got his 3 locked in, and that actually works really well, even in conjunction with having an Angela there to help you out. So we'll have to see, again, the damage potential from this Lunox picks later on. Oh, they jump in.
Onward, Earth Shatter. Try to time the Shunpu, not that time. Zorn, unfortunate for him. He gets sniped down by the Renner's Apathy. Liquid Echo now utilizing that advantage. Try to go for the siege in the mid lane. Nets trying to go for the clear, not able to do so. Sapat will just give it away as they send Udil up top. Sapat.
He's gonna get cut off?
It's gonna be cut off. I think he was trying to get through the wall, but the purple buff spawned. So it cut his escape off, forced to flicker out there.
And at least, you know, he's alive, but he had to utilize the flicker, so that's not available for him now. And so with that, he doesn't have this possible engage tool to go ahead and fight off into this Lord, but Chibi's gonna start it up. Actually really front-sided this. Sapat now part of the fight too, the rest of them as well. Zorn going in with Conceal.
Trying to bait out that Purify from Sanji, but it stays with it. JP gonna be scratched down by Chibi just a bit, forcing to flicker out as Carl TZ uses the Tortoise of Poisons, losing all of his mana. Feather Airstrike by Sanji to poke them down, slowly but surely. The Lord reset it. Zorn again, now inside, Way the Dragon, used up by Zorn, and he's forced to flicker. Ritter Shatter by Sanford, right into Benny QT, who follows it through. One-man advantage for Liquid Echo. as they play around nets, jumps in with the chaos, unable to find Sanji. The blue comes in, and Sanford again finds the onward right into the shield unity to change CC Chibi, but he's still able to escape now with penetration, not connecting. Nets gets the brilliance off just in time, but Sanford is able to catch him just in time as well. Liquid Echo though, secure the Lord. Benny on the Renner tries to go for the snipe. There's no one there for him. Homeboys, they gotta give it away.
My goodness, I know we have said multiple times that the Lord dance has changed. It's not technically a dance anymore, but it's more like a puzzle. It's more like a board game because, man, Liquid Echo played that like chess. They bobbed and weaved within that zone. They got the ultimates out. They re-engaged when they had to disengage at first, and then they came out picking off the right targets, giving them the Lord, and now giving them this advantage as they get ready to approach the base here. Homeboys, though, fully lined up, should be able to at least hold on possibly some of the base turrets if they can withstand the initiation from Liquid Echo.
They still have a Lunox, but Liquid Echo have a Farsa. Feathered airstrike, that's all they needed to zone them away. And Udil, oh no! Udil in the bottom lane pops into hard guard and will be able to escape. Carl Teasy didn't have the shield unity that time, and it's a great distraction. Chibi, what? Caught all alone, Sanford brings him back to the team. Overextended. What?
Why was he there?
Why was he there?
Well, with that, Liquid Echo, they know they can go in.
Shield unity, Sanji flying by. Udil forced to flicker around the feather airstrike inside of the base. Udil still able to get out. Nets gonna be chunked down as well by that feathered airstrike. 3 base turrets taken down with one big mistake from Chibi.
Zorn. Can he do something?
The saving grace goes on to Betty Cutie, finds the engagement with Raiders, dragging him to penalty zone, locks them down for nothing. Nets is unable to get them. It's only JV gets taken out. Benny is able to kite away. Zorn has to conceal, but he's unable to find anyone else. Now it's a killing spree as Benny goes into the Menace Rage. Sanford with the Primal Rad now following down, trying to go for the mobility. The feather airstrike there, taking Nets out. Zorn has the Jikundo. One last snipe. Zorn able to evade from it with the Shunpu, gets immobilized, but is still able to run away. Homeboys, they're able to defend, but 3 base turrets have been taken away from their base.
They hold on to the game, but man, again and again, Liquid Echo really showing the prowess in terms of team fighting, even into this base. It's amazing that Betty Cutie was able to survive that last exchange, even when Zorn awaited so long for that initiation. He did have to use that flicker, but he's 7-1 right now. Just had that one death earlier on when he was shut down, but so far it's been really difficult for Homeboys to find the answer. How do we get to Betty Cutie? How do we get past even once that artillery is set down with the feathered airstrike? And that's really what's just working so well for Liquid Echo in the lineup that they have here. And my goodness, Sanford on this Edith pick. She's been a hero that has played its role, played its part so many times for so many teams, but in the hands here of Sanford, really just kind of difficult for Homeboys to get past, even when he pops that Primal Wrath form. So Lord up once again, Homeboys resetting, readjusted. Their base is fully exposed. They have to keep an eye on the possibility of what we've seen the Liquid Echo do time and time again. And the Lord is now up. Liquid Echo will go ahead and approach this. Meanwhile, Udil is planted top side, but I'm not sure if Homeboys really wants to contest this Lord here.
Doesn't seem like Liquid Echo are gonna go for a full commit just yet, but they do just with a few more shots. Zorn concealed to the back line, trying to go for it. Sanford will be able to secure it. Now it's going to be Chibi again, caught in the front. Gets sniped down by Benny. Just with a basic attack, he dealt that much damage. Benny chasing him down. Zorn still able to escape with the Jikundo. Look at Sanford with the Primal Wrath. Benny trying to kite him off, and it will be JP with a flicker forward. Zorn will not be able to take this damage. Sky Piercer for Benny. The TPs start counting them from Liquid Echo as they take Zorn down. 5 members strong with a big Lord in the mid lane.
They'll wait for it. Lord walks in with them, and the cavalry is here, and they're looking to close out the game.
That's a 4-man penalty zone right into the winner crown, but what is it for? They're going to be gunned down by Betty Cutie, who's an absolute monster in game number 1. TPs all across the board as Liquid Echo take the lead.
And the cavalry is out, and the crowd goes wild with them. Team Liquid Echo, man, oh man. Are they again at the peak here? Or is there more yet to be seen from this lineup? Homeboys, it looked like you know, they were holding on a little bit there. They were finding some signs of hope. The homeboys have to go back to the drawing board. It just was not enough to deal with everything being thrown at them. Just talk about it time and time again from Liquid Echo. Homeboys, hopefully they can find adjustment. Again, this is for the ruler of Group C. Gentlemen, I know you have a lot to say about this one. Let's throw it over to our analyst to break it down.
A lot to talk about, but let's start things first. I know Angela is a strong hero, but I don't know if it's for Homeboys. That's number one. Number two, Sanford on this Edith kind of cancels out what Homeboys wants to do in the first place.
Sanford just outperforms himself. I think he showed us how strong the Edith is. And I do have to agree with your first statement. It kind of feels like it's not a Homeboys hero, let alone an Odile hero. But at the same time, they have to adapt to this. This is a good hero in the metagame that seems like the Team Liquid Echo have exposed.
I still can't get over Sanford's Edith.
Yeah.
I very vocally just spoke to myself again. That's not fair.
Yeah.
The amount of CC coming from this hero that's neither an ult nor a long cooldown skill is just out of this world. As well as how he times Primal Wrath. It's criminal. Again, I think this is a perfect time to use that word. We throw it around willy-nilly, but now I feel like Homeboys, if you ask them about Sanford's Edith, they would say, in Bahasa, it's criminal.
Satu Jinaya. That's in Bahasa.
I don't believe you.
But here's the thing. The thing about Homeboys is that they're slippery. This Edith prevents them from being slippery. And I feel like they thought this Angela will make them more slippery, but then it becomes the problem because I saw the damage numbers just now, and Sanchez at top, and then it's like, you have to wait for the third or fourth highest damage, and then you see someone from Homeboys, and I feel like that's a big issue. Homeboys is slippery, and they do damage, but without either of those, it's not Homeboys.
Yeah, one thing that Homeboys may not have acclimated themselves into is the idea for Team Liquid Echo, wherein if they see someone, if they see a low-hanging fruit, they're gonna pick it. They are gonna be committing to that. The word that they use in the Philippines is bigyan, which kind of means like you commit to it, like you hurt that guy.
Grab him,
get him. You know, get him. So that's literally what happened in the latter portions of the game, where Zorn showed himself, Odile showed himself. There was a time where even Chibi showed himself. No hesitation whatsoever from the side of TLPH. They will go onto that hero and commit to that all the damage that they have.
Yeah, because we see in the fights where Sapat, Zorn, they try to go for Benny Cutie, and to their credit, they were able to catch Benny Cutie, but then Benny Cutie has friends. Everyone's around him is there to protect him. So it's something that I feel like Homeboys has to be careful of. This Angela pick, Angela is strong. I'm saying Angela is strong, but maybe not for Homeboy style.
Yeah.
And that Edith is making you not slippery. It's making you very sticky.
Not for Homeboy style and not against a team like Liquid Echo.
And also there's this factor of the Florid, which we saw kind of revealed the Sanford here already, which we kind of doubted. But then if you look at it in a theoretical manner, like the idea behind it, it's the Roger counter. Because Roger wants to eliminate people as soon as possible. But if there's the Florid, there's no way you can stop that. Because of the Bloom passive, Bloom in general, which you kind of eliminate that anti-heal factor, right, for 2 seconds. You're not able to eliminate people, and then you're left in an awkward spot wherein you cannot dive. That's probably why Chibi is not that confident jumping in, because he knows that once the Bloom is up, he's going to be put in a spot where he can be gone upon because he cannot eliminate people constantly.
The way I see Roger in the current metagame, or when he's really doing work, snowballing out of control, is as a parkour artist. You want to have momentum. You want to jump from point to point, target to target. But what Florin is a huge speed bump.
Here's the thing. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but we got to look at our Sony MVP of the game. And honestly, in this game, the MVP is going over to Benny Cutie. While we're looking at the highlights, I do have to say, shout out to our analysts. I think you guys got it. This Florin prevents Roger from doing what Roger wants to do. And the same thing as well, again, I just want to say it again, is the Edith. Crowd control, and then your opponent keeps on healing. It's hard for the Roger to do much.
The fact that we keep on bringing up multiple points of Liquid Echo's performance that we're super impressed with means Benny Curie's performance is pure payoff.
Yeah.
Everybody helped set up what he did, and yes, he did die a couple of times, but that's only because, again, Liquid Echo has that as a part of their character, as a part of their trait, right? That's just the way that they play. Hard, fast, and sometimes they get caught out. But credit where credit is due. HB did what they could with a losing situation.
The thing that I have to say about Benny Cutie is that I feel like he's 2 minutes faster. Anytime when you say, oh, this is the original timing for this kind of item build, I kind of feel like he's 2 minutes ahead.
Yeah. Even KDA.
Even a KDA 11, KDA here, GPM 7.5 and 3, 65% of the kills. Benny Cutie, give him an ultra late game marksman, and for him, it's just like a mid game marksman.
And that's the thing with TLPH is that they create chaos on the opposite side of the map, and you're way too focused on it for what, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, and then you're surprised. Oh, Benny Cutie is left in the kitchen. He's already getting everything, eating everything, and now he's bulky.
You know what? This, personally for me, folks, I'm gonna need time to brief here. So, Wheezy, I need your help. We're throwing over to you. So, come on, who are you interviewing, man?
From great to GOAT all the way out from Malaysia, RSG, we have Repo in the building. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good right now.
You're doing good. Pro player, here to enjoy Saudi Arabia.
Wow. Enjoying the Saudi Arabia, then the heat or here, the sun. Wow, so heat, so.
Yeah, it's definitely very hot. Speaking of hot, I heard you're dominating in the XP lane and you got some fancy moves to show us.
Yes, of course, because I have many EXP lane, but yeah, I'm dominating the Malaysian, but I didn't get here to play, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm an XP laner main myself, and I need some finishing moves to be able to showcase to the world when I get a victory. You got one you could teach me?
Yeah, sure, I get one, but this is Malaysian style that everybody know.
Ooh, what's the name?
Udil style.
Udil style, I like it.
Okay, so I will show you here. All right, so like this.
Oh my goodness, fancy.
Yeah.
All right, one more time. I'm gonna try it out.
Okay, sure. Like this. Bang, bang, bang.
All right, let me give it a shot.
All right.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Malaysian style. I'm gonna use that next time I jumped into ranked. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Enjoy MSC 2024. What team are you going for?
Homeboys and SRG.
Ooh.
Those two teams.
Well, Homeboys made it already. SRG's next.
Yeah, so I hopefully SRG will make it.
All right, well, there you go. Malaysia, shout out your favorite teams, guys, and welcome back to MSC 2024.
Here's the thing, Wheezy, if you want to see more, if Odin wins this one, he is going to be doing bang, bang, bang. That's you know, honestly, everyone can do it. It's honestly fun to do. But speaking of fun to do, we're going to see Wolf having fun with his Celestrator. Show us, Wolf.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a lot of fun because I'm also having a lot of fun identifying and understanding how Team Liquid Echo operates. And Melio knows this. The way that they get information is by, I don't know, mathematically, you know, the process of elimination, basically. Yep. So I'm going to play this in a while, but I want you to look at the bushes that they're checking. And the fact that they know where the Angela is, that the bottom lane, as you can see, is pushed out. So they have vision in there. And they're just going to be casually checking all of those bushes, right? So it's going to be a little bit in slow-mo. JP as well as Benny, they've checked this new bush. JP is going to use one of his spells to check that bush. And Benny is going to check this weird lizard bush. So now they've identified, okay, nobody is gonna backstab them at any certain point. Immediately they burst the Lord. Now Sepat knows that, oh, they're bursting the Lord. Immediately the conceal from Sword as well as Chibi, the reaction was there. This was a forced reaction coming from TLPH, and now they've cut off the entry points. At the same time, was able to get the Lord. This is how TLPH forces their enemies to make the mistake so that eventually they will have the advantage. Lord Dance at its finest.
If anything, this is a evolved form of the echolocation form of shot calling. Team Liquid PH, now formerly Echo, used to do this. They would release mic check shot calls, and they would say, not here, not here, not here. And here you'll see it. It happens in a split second.
Yeah.
That they do it all at the same time, and they make the call and say, okay, we're bursting the Lord. And I think just as quickly as they checked the bushes, they were able to say, okay, if it comes from here, we turn and then we go. Because it was almost just instantaneously. They stepped on the clutch and said, we're turning. It's go time.
Honestly, thank you very much, gentlemen. So it looks like the way that Echo plays is that if it's not A, B, or C, then it's most probably D.
Exactly.
Now, for this match to go on, afterwards, trust me, guys, this is difficult on me. Homeboys still look good, though. Homeboys still look good, but TLPH is definitely on top. We got to see if Homeboys can make this into a 1-1, or will Team Liquid Echo close out? We're going over to the stage. All right. And at this point, again,
you talk about 1-1. That's his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Benny Cutie's daughter.
Oh, really?
It's named 1-1.
Oh, wow. Okay, legit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's legit. It was, well, to be completely technically correct, it's a nickname. But there is, in the name of the daughter, is definitely 1-1.
And he calls her 1-1.
Calls her 1-1.
In Malaysia, our ex-professional player, his son's name is Harith.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's real.
That is real.
Yeah, I've seen several birth certificates going around online.
Does that mean that your daughter will be named Lolita? Lafel? Let it be known that I'm actually pointing at Lafel because he probably don't see us. And Lafel is reacting in a very unpleasant manner as of now.
Lolita.
Lolita.
Here's the thing, gentlemen. I might say yes. My wife might say no. At the end of the day, we all know who gets to make the decision.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes,
now
sir.
we're jumping into the draft here. Team Liquid Echo, first pick, Homeboys. Second pick, instantly ban out the Ling, as well as the Fairmans for Team Liquid Echo. Homeboys not wanting to let go of the Luyi, as well as the Yuzong.
I foresee a lot of openings here, given that Liquid Echo is a kind of team that if the box is open, they'll just pick it up first pick.
Yeah. We are in that realm.
So this has got to be the chip ban.
Thank you for banning the Angela.
Oh, yeah. It's like a TLPH. It's like, yeah, we'll give you a favor.
Oh, no! Chip is open. Valentina is open. Box is open.
Chippy. Is this the time?
Chippy, Chapa.
If it won't be Team Liquid, I'm sure Homeboys will take it, right?
This is a huge risk.
I think
this is a breakthrough.
Over there. There it is.
There goes Chip.
First pick Chip. It's the Chip.
Okay.
So you go Harith Arlet, I guess?
I'm going to set you gentlemen up.
Okay.
Zorn is okay with 2 picks to counter the Chip. Number 1 we've seen before is the... what's the Cursed Blood hero again?
Carmilla.
Carmilla. The other one is Bellaric.
Oh.
Right? A little bit spicy. I'm not sure if he's going to bring out this one, but yes. The Harith and Valentina has been picked up.
The Arlo. The Arlo is also a nice...
Yeah.
Way to
You just
counter.
swipe them off. I like the Valentina too. Terrify also works in that way if you reserve it. So now it's up to Udil to reserve that Terrify in best situations. Roger, Basha, sure, why not? Echo is just like, okay, let's get the best heroes in the metagame right now. It's a shopping spree.
It's always, why does Team Liquid Echo always gets these good heroes, man?
Yeah, because there are, because if you're gonna be looking, like it's Florid and Usual, who bans that, right?
Yeah, who bans that, exactly.
HB got shook, man. Gotta say, HB got shook.
Yeah. So there is the Roger Baksha. How do you answer this? You're left with Arlet, perhaps.
You got to invest in the Arlet now.
Is good, I would say.
Arlet or Tenisla.
Yeah.
If you pick the Arlet up, it's still a flex.
Yeah. Maybe they're forced to go for Minotaur, but then again, it's not as effective. But yeah, Trizza makes a lot of sense here for Homeboys. Still pretty good composition. Like, let's just say that we're not seeing Chip. I think that Valen, Harith, Trizza, solid lineup.
Do we ban something like the Farsa Novaria?
It's also just a solid shopping spree. But yeah, no, Liquid Echo still need a mage.
Yeah. I feel like you have to ban out Farsa, right?
Farsa, yes.
Farsa Novaria?
That's
or
right.
Farsa Vexana?
The Varia is going to be there. I think Farsa still is a valid ban. I don't want to give that. Honestly, there should be. You should be thinking about the Chip combos now. Chip Lunox is actually pretty strong. We have not seen that, obviously, because we have not seen Chip at all. But yeah, that's a big combination. That means that your Chip Lunox is the combination in the mid lane, which is also very scary. There's the Farsa Varia, as expected. 100% win rate on Moscow. 80% for nets on the cloud.
We're not going to see
there's
Benny's...
the Carmilla.
Yeah, we're not going to see Benny's Moskov.
Oh.
He already has the Roger.
That's right. Or, yeah, that's a backshot. So
Yeah.
it's pretty honest.
Pretty spelt out.
Yeah.
We still need a mid laner though.
Vexana?
Again, Nunox looks good.
Vixana's kind of weird coming through a portal.
True.
She has to do a late entry.
Kadita or Lunox are my candidates for TLP8.
I like the Kadita.
Or how about the Odette?
Oh no.
The Odette is great.
I
versus
say
Harris.
no, it's like it's a good pick, but no, man.
Yeah, that's really scary.
That's scary.
Yeah. So you take away. In this case, you're looking for a roamer.
I can't believe Arlott came through.
That's true. Matilda, I think you might be forced to go Matilda or Arlott for homeboys. Grok, okay, it's okay. Wild charge works.
I'm thinking, what's the jungler gonna be here?
Is the portal a structure?
No, I don't think so. That would be.
Think so.
Yeah.
I mean, number one,
Xavier.
you can attack it. Number one, you can attack it, but
Paquito's great with the chip. Xavier is weird because doesn't need a chip. So he might just, just...
There's very little interaction between them.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
If this works out for Echo, I'm foreseeing a Liquid Stampede. This would go very fast.
I do hope that... okay, there's a potential for... actually, Leomord looks... okay, or about an alpha.
Would Chibi do that?
Chibi would play the Leomord.
Yeah.
Chibbity skibbity, maybe he would. Is that enough burst? Yeah, kinda. I like the Grok.
What did you say?
Chibbity skibbity.
Chibbity skibbity.
You know what? Let's make it
for Rayash, dude.
You know what?
Oh my God.
I'm sure Mirko likes that. Chibi.
Oh, there it is.
Leomord. And again,
Chibbity skibbity. Let's go.
Chibbity skibbity. This is definitely one of the things. But let me just say, Homeboys has a 0% win rate on the Leomord. So it's good and bad. And we're talking about good and bad. We're talking about casters as well. You know what, Mirko, nice, it's all yours.
Chibbity skibbity, he's a Sigma. Did I say that right? was that about right, Mirko? I know,
Yeah, that's right, Papa Naisu. You learn from the best. Oh, I can't believe I made you say that. I can't believe that worked. But
I can't believe Leo made that sound effect.
Chibbity skibbity.
Yeah. No, the sound. You didn't hear the name.
I did. Yeah, I heard. I did. Yeah.
Hey, he picked the Cavalry versus the Cavalry.
Oh, man, I love the draft, right? We got JP literally making some crazy plays later on the chip. It's always going to be his fault now.
Oh, we'll find out again in this best of 2. Team Liquid Echo already a very dominant game 1 as we jump into the land of Dawn here. Can Homeboys take this draft and even out the series 1-1? Again, the fight, the rulers of Group C here for an ALG match of the day. Look at that, things falling into place already for these junglers. Look at this aggression from JP. And man, it's been a minute since we've seen the chip being used. Wow, he's actually getting really low here, but just want to put the pressure on Chibi, so he's going to be fine. And yeah, I think this is going to be the question is, how does this Leomord work against Carl Tizzi on a very... I'm actually surprised that he picks up the Baksha again.
Yeah, me too. But, I was also surprised that they went for the Xavier, and they got the chip. Nats up top, really getting bullied, though. This is what we expect from Mr. Man on the chip. JP, he's going to be everywhere on the map. In the mid lane, though, I didn't expect Sanji to be able to actually, level up against Udil Hero. It's a crash course onto him, first blood! Damn you, JP! No! It's his fault again!
He just flew over and connected on that. Talk about timing here. Carl TZ, not level 4 just yet. Might get it during this exchange.
Oh, going in for the 1v1, and he gets stabbed through Carl TZ. A bit too aggressive, but technically, it fits.
He was threading the needle there, trying to get that level 4. But unfortunately for Carl TZ, not going to happen. So that's great for Chibi. Getting that 1 kill early on this Leomord. Could scale up really well here.
Yeah, look at JP. Oh, again, just crash coursing everywhere, man. And now he's looking to go back to the mid lane, perhaps. Liquid Echo with that little skirmish, though. Chibi does get 1 kill, so it's actually kind of worth it for Homeboys, I feel, in a way, right? Because Chibi does get the snowballing a bit faster here. You can already see Zorn as well, trying to be that annoying force in the jungle with this Grok. Pops in the barrier, unable to go for the reset on the turtle. But Sanford is already posturing up Team Spirit Supply does have the penalty zone. They can go for it. JP going to be zoning Chibi away. Crash course into the back line, forcing Chibi to use the horsey horse. And there you go. Jumps into the back. Carl Teasy. Oh, it's a mobilization with a Mystic Field. JP picks up a double. He gets 3 kills and it's all on him. He might be going for a triple just there. 3-1.
Is JP the carry here?
The Mystic Field straight into the punch of Sanford.
My goodness. Liquid Echo again, like they did in the previous game, starting off strong, starting off fast. And, you know, JP, to question, he just got the level 4. He now has the shortcut available. So what more is he going to bring to the table and bring to this fight? Wild Charge.
Zorn with Wild Charge, but it's only on to Carl Teasy as they get immobilized by the Mystic Field. Now Chibi joining the fray, missing the skill shot. Carl Teasy gets caught by the Synchro Vision. And this time, JP won't be able to pop that shortcut in, so no Sanford to help them out.
Great here, great pickup for Homeboys, actually to get a kill in the hands of Nets. You know, we saw the Lunox in the last game. It did not work out the way they wanted to, so hopefully this time around, prioritizing the Harith pick here, they have this. Nets can start to scale up pretty well. He's going to be big in utilizing the Harith in conjunction with the Grok pick into the Wild Charge, and then even the penalty zone to speak here. They both have Fury Hammers across the board alongside the Terizla and the Leomord picks. That's actually enough early damage to help with some of these skirmishes. They just have to play around once again the fact that JP has been on fire now that he's holding on to the shortcut. At any moment, the Cavalry could literally come through the portal, and what seems to be a 1v1 is then a 1v4 or 5. You can see Udil holding on to the ultimate as well. So this could be pretty interesting, the fact that Homeboys does have a Valentina on their side. Turtle up though in just about 10 seconds here. Chibi patiently waiting. JP's right there in position.
I don't know. Do they know?
I think they know.
JP knows, but does JP know that JP knows? Udo rotating as well. Has a shortcut. They catch him now. JP able to get the crash course down. Puts down the shortcut, but that's going to be Udo who puts it down. JP forced to go back. And now, you know, there's really not much that Homeboys was able to get there. Sanford, this is damage left with the knockout strike as well. Oh, the flicker, Sanford! Getting the kill on Udil. 1-2. And now he's gone. Chibi, shield unity, cancel it out. Still JP walking up with the crash course, and the Wild Charge connects into the back line. Chibi still able to secure the turtle, but now gets engaged on. The shortcut is there, but nobody's following it up. Benny! With the help of the Dawning Light, Benny again with the light can pounce under the tier 2. In the 4th minute of the game is the Liquid Stampede that we were talking about. Benny's still able to escape on a knockout strike. Nets gonna be knocked up. One last shot should do it, but he's still able to escape right now. JP and Sanji again. It's back up.
Wait. Usually it takes a while for Xavier to get those low cooldowns, but he had 2 Dawning Lights in that whole exchange. My goodness, Liquid Echo again, a full force ahead. A new version of that express forward. Homeboys trying to catch their breath here because it just seems like everything is layered perfectly from Liquid Echo. And again, as they were setting that up, before that all broke out, it was on JP giving the information while Cartesi went for the turtle, and then it all broke out, utilizing the shortcut as well. Oh man, and that is going to be the Sky Piercer already locked in for Benny Cutie. Udil does get the Enchanted Talisman out. He's got to be able to scale up on this Valentina pick. Some of those terrifying mechanics would play a part as well. Still holding on to the shortcut, but here JP goes in again.
Yeah, with the shortcut, Sanford trying to go for it. Now it's called Teasy, jumps in, knockout strike by Sanford. Gonna be caught in the Mystic Field, Nets disappearing. Zorn under the turret, it won't save you, not this time. Benny again, just scratches him, claws his way to another kill. It's another 3 for 0 for the Cavalry.
How does Homeboys play against this? I mean,
look at him, look at JP. Oh my God, this nerd, JP. Look at him, he's so annoying. He's just walking TB down. Look. Oh my, how do you deal with this?
How do you deal with this? That's the question, and there's a reason why Chip is constantly banned out for the most part, him and Luyi. The structure that they can bring to a game, the chaoticness that they can bring to a match, really makes things difficult to play, especially when you're behind. We're talking about 6,000 gold behind at the 7-minute mark, as they can't do anything about this turtle being taken by Carl Teasy. Homeboys will find themselves in a position that they found themselves in the previous game, where they're looking to find any kind of win, any kind of glimpse of hope to keep into this game, to hopefully get to the 1-1 in the series. But right now, Liquid Echo in full force, in full control of this.
Oh, again, it's JP bringing him back into the bottom lane. He does finally get punished for it, but it's a good trade. He got the gold laner just with that. Sanford rotating all around. Everybody's going to be ignoring him. Sanji, let's see if he can win this one. Usually in lore, you do it. A dawning light against 3 members. Nah, I'd win, he says. But just like the lore, he dies.
Just like the Lord. Good pickups here for Homeboys, but here's the answer.
Here's the cavalry. Udil going to be scratched out by Benny again with the Lycan Pounce. As Sanford deals with the back line. 13-4, Chibi still able to get his own jungle camp there. Benny pushing down in the bottom lane. 8 minutes, and you can see the 2-level lead already by Benny earlier. And it's looking bleak right now. Sanford, oh my goodness. Another steal.
Sanford is just a menace right now. No matter what hero he's playing, he's always on point, providing so much value here for Liquid Echo's lineups. And really, when you look at Homeboys, you have to kind of consider the fact that where do they start? Where does it start for them to slowly crawl back into the game? This is a massive lead from Liquid Echo that a lot of teams, when they're facing against this kind of lead, they fall apart. So Homeboys, can they adjust? Can they readjust the game plan here? Because we're not even talking about the fact that this lineup from Liquid Echo scales big into the late game, especially with Xavier in their hands. This is a hero that just, once he has, I don't even know, a 5-second dawning light, nearly max cooldown reduction, it gets very difficult to play against here. And so when you're looking at Homeboy's lineup, it's got to be that penalty zone. It's got to be the wild charge to set things up and then layered into a Zaman force. Chibi should not be the one starting things out.
1v3, Sanford still able to escape with a shortcut as well. Now JP puts the shortcut. The cavalry comes down with the flanks. And it's Penny who returns the favor. Nets is down, so is Udil. And next, it's going to be Supat on the chopping block. Still a barrier. As Penny doesn't care, he dives down to the tier 2. So looking for it, gets shut down under the turret. Sanji, looking for the Mystic Field. Chibi still able to run away as JP pops the crash course down. No further engage. That would have been crazy. A dawning light as well there for it to get Chibi a little bit lower.
A little bit lower, but I mean, look at the confidence here again with Liquid Echo, the way they're playing, even under the tier 2 turrets. Lord's up now, it's for the taking. They did lose 2 members. It was a trade 2 for 2. But just looking at the item difference here, look at that. Look at Benny Cutie, has the Sky Piercer, has the Endless Battle now as well to pair it up with the 3 items, and there's the Lightning Trunchet. So also for Homeboys, they gotta catch up here. Another Dawning Light gonna be used. It's got such a low cooldown already at this point, 10 minutes in the game.
Lore accurate.
Yeah, lore accurate, that's right. And with that, we'll see, once again, the battle for this Lord. As we saw from the previous game, the Lord dance has evolved. And Sanji alone, able to provide so much utility to this lineup. Udil's gonna go ahead and take that shortcut for himself. We saw this in the previous skirmish, the team fight. Turned into a quick 5v5. But as Homeboys kind of readjust, they're gonna go ahead and let Liquid Echo start this Lord up. Sapat, given the information, we got Chibi all the way on the bottom side. I think they just give this up, possibly. Shortcut.
Again, Zorn with the conceal as well as Karltizi goes in for the flanks, but is unable to find it. Zorn getting caught in the Mystic Field. Nets jumping forward, gets caught by the shield unity. Karltizi with towards his poisons. Damage reduction all across the board, but Chibi's able to take him down. JP rotating the back line now with Betty again, scratching Zorn down. It's going to be Sapat finding the penalty zone, getting rid of JP. Sanji flickering out. Nide with Chibi. Going to be taken down by Sanji as he pops into Dawning Light again. Sanford on the chase. The Mystic Field right into Sanford. The San duo. Again in the 11th minute, and they're looking for a Sanford with a flicker, but a knockout strike to knock him up straight into the Mystic Field. Oh my goodness!
Talk about synergy between the entire team from Team Liquid Echo and the San duo, part of that highlight, and now they'll take the Lord from Homeboys, furthering it. It does take a little bit longer. Karltizi will make his way, but Homeboys, man, is it getting increasingly more grim as they approach this. Look at the layering here. Sanford goes in, gets the punches off the Mystic Fields there, and Benny Cutie goes in as well. Talk about, again, the juggling between this lineup.
You hear that? Nothing. Because that was what happened. There was nothing Homeboys could do there. They had to just accept it, and It's ridiculous. How Liquid Echo, now Benny with the BOD. That's his 4th item in this game, ladies and gentlemen. 12 minutes in, it's a BOD.
What's crazy about it is Chibi went with this Leomord pick. He has some items. He's got even the Malefic Roar, but it feels like every single time they try to fight it out, he's just not able to utilize those picks. And that's the Wishing Lantern picked up now for Sanji.
Oh, look at that, look at that.
There it is. I'm sure you guys have seen the clips going around with the Wishing Lantern and the Xavier and why this pick is quite massive in terms of the damage department with the low cooldown like the Dawning Light. So easy to proc that 10% current HP with the 800 proc. And with that, Homeboys will lose. Oh, they hold on just barely to that turret, top side of the base. Dawning Light going to be used again. They're really trying to keep what they can up.
Flickers out right now, but gets caught again by a few of those shots. Sanji the backline's able to flicker out now. That's going to be supplied with the wild charge, helped out by Zorn. Still Sanford in the backline, trying to deal some damage. Get the shield down and gets out with the shortcut too. Oh my lord! Liquid Echo are running Homeboys down.
What a shortcut! You know, you saw Sanford in there.
Escape.
He got the work done, and then he escapes. Oh my, Homeboys. Can they hold on to the rest of the base turrets here? They got 2 left. The top one's down. And they'll try to keep it at bay, but the Guardian's barrier is not going to be enough. Bottom turret now goes down. Mid could be next. Homeboys, can they hold it together?
With the first Lord, a Dawning Light again onto Nets to poke him down. 13 minutes in. 2 base turrets. The mid lane, the only base turret left standing, is already at half HP too. Liquid Echo, they're making the Xavier look like an early game pick. And you can see from the items as well, it basically is an early game pick. He's almost tied for gold with the gold laner and a 5-1 and 11. He's 5-1 and 14.
Hey, if there's a game for a mid laner, that's it. Because, man, look at the difference between the gold. Udil just picking up the Divine Glaive. So even down that much gold, Udil should be able to at least provide some damage, but I feel like it's just getting to that point for Homeboys where, again,
look at that.
How often do you have to play against that?
Oh, I mean, in the early game, we were already questioning the cooldown.
Now, how about now?
How about now? I guess we'll see. It's up again. Look at oh my god.
That had to be 10 seconds or so.
I think it might be, yeah, probably 10 seconds.
In real time, right? Because I know my time difference works a little bit different, but...
What would it be for the building time?
Oh, man, I don't know.
It's okay. There you go.
There it is again.
You have it again. Someone, I think LaFell and Wolf could definitely, you know, and Leo could definitely count it down. You know, how long does it take for Sanji to get the Dawning Light at the 15th minute of the game? He's up again. He's going to just spam it across the board. Sanford with the flank. Trying to go for Udil.
Oh, there it is.
Zone of the power of nature. Now Chibi going to be caught again, and that's going to be Sanford going for the solo kill. Udil decimated in the back line. Benny Cutie getting rid of Chibi as JP does it again. Now with the Dawning Light taking Zorn low, it's up to Benny to finish him. While Sanji gets nets. Liquid Echo are styling on Homeboys. Sanford, Benny, Sanji, Kaltizi, and JP. The cavalry is here to take over at MSC. As they buy the winner crowns, they all go for the freeze. Winner crown, boo!
And they are the rulers of Group C here. Team Liquid Echo, what a dominant performance. And a performance that all the teams for MSC here at EWC will be paying attention to. Because, man, again, they're at the peak. And also, Homeboys, they are going forward to the knockout stage. This was the ALJ match of the day. Good showing from Team Liquid Echo. Homeboys will have to, of course, take whatever they learned from this and bring it with them to the knockout stage while they wait for the rest of the teams. And again, for everybody wondering, you wanted to lock in that top spot of the group because you will face off against number 2 from the group you go against. And that's what they were fighting for here. As you can see, you know, smiles across the board. How can you not? What a performance here from Liquid Echo.
The 5 winner crowns. They all sold their items to get the winner crowns. All for that iconic Gideon Q winner crown, fool. They had to do it with the Homeboys. You know, Homeboys were recalling a whole lot on them.
They were.
Liquid Echo, they find a new way to disrespect their opponents, and it's through the 5-man winner crown.
Again, a great performance here, and that's going to do it for us on the caster desk. It's Mirko and Nice too. We're going to throw it over to the stage to go ahead and close out, of course, our day. And here are some of the breakdowns and what everyone else has to say about this. Guys, take it away.
Taking over the stage from Liquid Echo, Benny Cutie, congratulations with that sweep. How does it feel dominating a team that claim that they are going to be Philippine Slayers on your way to the top of Team C, of Group C?
Hindi ko po alam. Siguro kami inislay namin hindi lang isang region. Kasi na yung mga tapat namin.
He says he's not sure, but you're going to slay not just one region, but whoever they face here on forward. Wow.
That is a statement to make here at MSC. And I was going to ask you, there's a lot more challenges that wait for you in the knockout stages. Is there any specific player that you have in mind that you think if you take them down, if you defeat them, it'll make you the best gold laner of this tournament?
Sa tingin ko, hindi yung kaling ko po, kundi yung team, yung Fanaticonic, yung gusto talaga namin matalo. Para makabawi.
Para makabawi. He's saying he's not a specific player, but more of a team fanatic on it because they want revenge. We're waiting to see that. Now, to come in here, you're far away from home. You had to sacrifice time away from your baby, Wanwan, and your wife. Is there anything you want to say to them and to everybody who came here to the Amazon Arena and everybody watching at home supporting Liquid Echo?
Unang-una sa lahat, shoutout sa family ko, kay Wanwan pati sa Skylaw. And sa mga sa mga fans na pumupunta, parang sobrang salamat, nakaka-overwhelm. Hindi namin maramdaman na nasa Saudi kami, parang nasa Pilipinas pa rin talaga, as in. Thank you, thank you.
He's saying shout outs to his family back home and he's thanking everybody who's here. He said he doesn't feel like he's far away from the Philippines with the amount of support that they're getting from their fellow countrymen. He's overwhelmed and he's thanking everybody.
I love to see that, and I love the fact that he's feeling welcome and he's feeling at home. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Benny QT and Liquid Echo!
Pinas lang malakas. We're gonna go back to our studio with our panel. Break it down for us.
Let me just say, I've been doing international tournaments for a while. Okay. Everywhere we go to, it feels like the Philippines, man. It feels like the Philippines.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. You guys are everywhere. But yeah, looking at the game here, that was rough.
Oh, that was rough.
Here's the thing. Let me just put this one in there. Leomore still 0% for Chibi. And Malaysians, we win big, but we also lose big.
Yeah, but there were times where they were able to punish like the bottom lane that we saw, but unfortunately, you give so much farm in the early stages because of what JP was doing.
Yeah.
And we saw a different tech. And by the way, Mirko was asking what is the cooldown. At full items, this is what, 11 to 12.
It was 11
between
seconds.
11 to 12.
11 seconds.
Yeah, so that's rough. You can see for the replay.
I mean,
most importantly, the chip now apparently can be used offensively and defensively. Like you can get out through the portal.
I was asking the wrong questions to begin with. Like, can you bump into the portal with the Grox wild charge? No. It's can you start a fight and get out of the fight? Yeah. Apparently JP has the answer. Yes.
Yes.
I like that Homeboys took a risk here, but again, going up against TLPH, taking risks is very bold.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what else are you supposed to do to go up against TLPH?
Again, TLPH, not just do they have a player who is a force of nature, Benny, Cutie, the Typhoon, but they themselves are also a force of nature.
Yeah.
They just understand their own game and the way the meta evolves to the point where they can just force things. And here, again, you started the whole breakdown off perfectly, the Leomord. I mentioned it earlier, I'm going to say it again. It's a win more hero. You got to make sure you win everywhere else before you reap the benefits of a Leomord.
Who knew that Xavier was an early game hero? Who knew?
Well, I think everybody turns into a early game hero because of Chip. One thing that you don't realize is that there's additional damage that mates deal with the with the ultimate, which kind of is like a passive focusing mark, you know?
It's unnecessary.
And yeah,
it's overkill. Like it's part of the kit. I get it, but
I agree.
You're folding the map in half.
Yeah.
I don't think you. It's here. There's no patch mid MSC, so that's why the hero is banned almost always.
I mean, here's the thing. Is the chip strong? Yes. What do we do with the chip? We buff it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what do we as players do? We ban it.
We ban it. I mean, the hero is strong, usually gets a nerf. This is one of those weird situations where a strong hero got a buff. So, I mean, at this point, it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Super difficult to deal with. I'm running out of ideas. I think maybe Yuzhong could have been good, but it was Homeboys that banned it themselves.
Honestly, at this point, you can pick up any heroes like...
Exactly. So just ban it.
Just ban it.
Oh, ban chip. We don't like chips here.
And what sucks is Red Side has the incentive to do that. There's so many things Red Side now has to deal with.
Louis and chip. That's like literally like 2 automatic bans. So you honestly have only 1 ban against your opponents.
Which is like 75% of the time also Harith.
Yes.
Although to be fair, Harith has a pretty low win rate now. Speaking of which, guys, I'm sad. But what can make me happy is your opinions. Make sure you guys scan the QR code to let us know how we can improve. But more importantly, how to make me not sad.
That's a tough call.
You're in the playoffs. You should be happy.
One of their teams.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's look at the MVP. Let's look at the Sony MVP of the game, because the thing is, I know you guys are trying to make me feel better. You guys need more practice.
Okay, will do.
We got a week and a half to go. Don't worry about it.
Wait. I feel a lot of energy.
Oh!
I'm feeling Super Saiyan energy.
We're still trying to break down the MVP though, right?
Yeah. Okay.
This is the lone stallion we're talking about. We're talking about Sanji, the last man standing in that 4-0 victory against FCAP in the grand finals of season 13. Look at what moment did you guys think he went online? Well, what minute?
Sanji?
Yeah.
The moment that JP got 3 kills, he got activated.
Somebody went in for the shortcut, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, the moment the chip got 3 kills, at that point, I feel like, as a mid laner, I'd be like, hey, I can do it too. If he can, I can.
All right. That is JP. His fault once again.
Everything
is his fault.
9.5 KDA, 70%. I think, yeah, that's very true. The fact that he was able to get 3 kills. I don't think it's just his first item. They probably have sold some of their items, right? Just to get that winter crown. And don't be fooled by those finger hearts. He does not love his opponents.
Hi, Carl.
We're standing in the presence of greatness.
All right.
We got Carl Teasy from Liquid Echo. Carl, congrats.
How are you?
I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
Okay. So, I have a question.
Okay.
Was that easy?
A little bit.
Okay.
He thought about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
He thought about it for 2 seconds.
I have another one. Aren't you bored of using the box yet?
No, I'm not bored because we're keeping on winning. I don't care if I use Baksha.
Okay. Can't you just use assassins though? Like maybe Hanzo.
Are you sure?
Plan to use Hanzo?
Be
careful what you ask for,
You
bro.
used Ling yesterday.
Yeah, but at this point, like, come on. This box is too much.
Carl, you played Ling yesterday. Kumusta? Anong feeling na nakaling ka ulit? How do you feel like playing Ling again?
Ano po, sobrang sarap po sa feeling kasi syempre, iba pa rin yung feeling na pumipindot talaga eh.
All right. It feels great because he misses the feeling of really pressing buttons. That's why his hero is Lancelot. Na-miss mo, no? Parang kapag box
Kaya puro ano na lang ako dun eh. Puro taas ako ng kamay sa kalaban kasi puro na pinipindot ko.
So he just keeps putting his hand up when he's fighting as a Baksha because that's all he does.
Yeah.
There's just 1 or 2 buttons he's pressing.
Yeah, I have a question now. For this time, it was Sanford that did the backdoor Benny play this time. I wonder what's the communication in your team during that moment. If there's something that you can share to us about that.
Sanford is calling for Benny when he flowed the lane. But Benny said Vexana because Vexana is out of position. But Sanford said, wag pa win.
Don't let him come home. Just finish it.
Yeah.
I'll take matters in my own hands. All right.
By the way, very simple question. You know, this is a very simple question. Are you happy when you make other people sad?
Yes.
You know what? It's a good thing it's not happening to homeboys, but do you guys know what's up?
What's up?
right now, we're gonna let Carl Teasy actually watch the hydraulic press pressing the losing team's keys. So we're gonna have your reaction looking at the losing team's Twisted Mind as well as Team Spirit's keys gets crushed. Let's look at the clip here. So let's, Carl, how do you feel watching other teams' keys getting crushed like this?
I feel really good.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna. This is very early to ask, but when you guys win, be the champions of MSC, you get to choose 3 crush keys to be part of your trophy. Do you guys know which 3 teams you guys want to take the keys from?
If we ever win, I think Fnatic, Onyx, ID, Bren, and SRG.
Okay. You know what? Look at the keys. It's being crushed. And okay. You know what? SRG is part of the mix as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. What am I supposed to do here?
Well, let him, give his thanks maybe to everyone that supported them, perhaps.
Holler at the cavalry, right?
Yeah. That could be a way.
What they said.
Tagalog ba?
Pwede!
Thank you sa mga pumunta sa watch party sa Pinas. Patuloy nyo na kami supportahan. Gagaling pa namin. Gulong hanggang finals na.
And now, before we end, I'm just requesting a wide shot because I usually don't have this opportunity. But just a wide shot. Shake hand. Good job. I got to shade the GOAT's hand. And with that being said, thank you everyone for watching. Honestly, the matches today has been incredible, and we have a battle within here between PH and MY. So you guys better grab your skins quick. We got 2 skins available. It's the Amon skin as well as the Hanabi skin, the battle within. Make sure you guys get it as quickly as possible. Speaking of which, Chusin is out as well, the new mage hero, and it's all for buy it with battle points. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of battle points. Grab it quick, and then just with 51 diamonds, you guys can get the new skin, the Ethereal Serenity skin. So grab it. And now we got to look at the group standings just to make sure what happened throughout the day. Might as well recap on what happened yesterday as well. Group A, NIP Flash, Fireflux, moving on. Group C, Liquid Echo is number 1, Homeboys is number 2. Both teams are moving on. And then Group B and Group D, these are the only 2 groups that are left with the question, who's gonna make it through?
I'm happy. I am still stunned.
I have mixed feelings.
I'm still stunned.
Oh no!
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Back to back.
Carl Teasy has drawn the line in the sand. Tomorrow, we find out how far he can make it on his word.
Yes, sir.
SRG in action.
Tomorrow,
SRG.
Falcon, SRG.
Fnatic Onyx in action.
Fnatic Onyx, see you soon. Falcon going up against See You Soon, so See You Soon is going to play back-to-back. Homeboys opened the show and they closed the show, so SRG is going to open the show and close the show as well.
Falcons, thanks for hosting us.
By the way, SRG is not in the same spot as Homeboys because it was a 1-1, which was the result for their day 1.
Oh, yeah. So there's a chance that SRG doesn't make it. By the way, for you guys that predicted TLPH to win, congrats. And you guys that voted for Homeboys, boo.
Semangat. Do you see semangat in Bahasa, Malayo?
Yeah, semangat as well.
All right, semangat to everyone who voted for HP.
Semangat.
Thank you.
Can do this.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. You guys are great. My name is Abel. This is Leo. This is Wolf. Thank you for watching for today. But that's all for us. Tomorrow we're going to go with Group B. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
What's passion? What's pain? Gotta lose before you gain. That's the game.
New adventures bring new challenges. Even as the heat rises, dandruff and grease won't stand a chance. With new Clear Men, powered by triple formula technology. To eliminate dandruff, itch, and grease, gives you 8 hours of freshness and 100% dandruff-free hair. New Clear Men, 0% dandruff, 100% confidence.